Your attention, please, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching Yes.
It has been maximum efficiency for Max Fried this season. It's been one gem after another for the Southpaw, who has been racking up the strikeouts, 18 over his last 2 starts. He gets the ball this afternoon as the New York Yankees face off against the Tampa Bay Rays on a beautiful Sunday at George M. Steinbrenner Field in Tampa, Florida. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Yankees Batting Practice Today, presented by Audi. I'm Nancy Newman. Happy Easter. It's the series finale between the Yankees and the Rays, and as we know, every game is a battle in the AL East. Yesterday, the Yankees came oh so close to another victory. 2 more outs, and it would have been a 6-game winning streak. But those final outs are often the most difficult to get. Let's take a look at what happened one more time. It was not what you want to see for Yankees fans. Devin Williams on the mound, bottom 9. Jose Caballero chops this one to third. And Cabrera, he will overthrow first base. Caballero goes to second. It is called an error. Chandler Simpson now skies to deep left. It bounces over the wall. It's a ground rule double, and that'll bring in Caballero. Simpson's first career hit, an RBI. 8-5. Yandy Diaz now. Slow grounder to short. Volpe, Fields, fires to first. It's not in time. Another run scores. It's an 8-6 game. So Brandon Lau up to bat. He'll line it to left center. It's a base hit. 2 more runs come in to score. The game, just like that, is tied at 8. And then watch this. Junior Caminero. The sharp ground ball to third. Orlando Cabrera, the diving play. The throw to second. And Jazz fires to first. The inning-ending double play. Just spectacular to preserve the tie. But in the bottom of the 10th, Jonathan Aranda. It's a towering fly ball and a walk-off for Tampa Bay. Including the postseason, the Yankees had won 70 consecutive games when scoring 8 runs or more. Their last loss was in August of 2022. It snapped their season best 5-game winning streak. And for Devin Williams, the 4 runs allowed were a career high. Here's what he had to say in the clubhouse after the game.
4-run lead, you know, you like to get in and get out. Made some good pitches, made some bad ones. Not enough good ones today.
You look at your outing, you got the first out, then there was an error, obviously letting a runner on base, then you walked the number 9 hitters. Overall, what did you feel about your stuff?
Yeah, I mean, I thought those were some close pitches to him. Really just the changeup to low. I'd like to have that one back, you know. Tough luck on the double down the line, but aside from that, I thought I threw the ball pretty well.
I mean, your changeup's been a high swing in this pitch. This year, the metrics are down on it. Is there a reason why you feel like you're not getting those swings and misses that you have in past years?
Metrics in terms of what?
Just like your whiff rate, your strikeout rate, those are down. I don't know. Maybe using it too much, to be honest with you. So we'll work on that.
One day at a time, we move on to today's game with the starting lineups. For the Rays, it's Yandy Diaz, Junior Caminero, and Jonathan Aranda in the top 3. Aranda is coming off that walk-off home run. He'll bat third. He ranks among the top 3 in the American League in batting average, slugging percentage, and OPS this season. For your New York Yankees, Trent Grisham leads off. This is his first start atop the batting order with the Bombers. But for his career, he's actually batted leadoff more than any other spot in the order. No Ben Rice, more on that in a bit. Batting second and getting a day at DH is Aaron Judge. And it was another stellar performance by the Yankee captain yesterday. He had 3 more hits. It began in the first inning when he blooped a single and ultimately came around to score. In the 4th, he fought off a pitch and dunked it into right field to drive in 2 runs and boost the Yankees' lead to 4. And then in the 9th inning, he ripped another base hit for his 3rd RBI of the game. It was his 4th game of the season with at least 3 hits and his 3rd with 3 RBIs or more. Let's look at these numbers for Aaron Judge. He leads the majors in batting average, runs batted in, on base percentage, OPS, and hits. He's second in slugging to Pete Alonso, and he's tied for fourth in home runs. Judge has reached base safely in 17 straight games and 20 of 21 for the season. It is hard to put up numbers as impressive as Judge, but Trent Grisham is doing a pretty good impression. He had another big day at the plate yesterday, and he made another highlight reel-worthy play in the outfield in our quote of the day, brought to you by Toyota. Skipper Boone talked about why he put Grisham in the leadoff spot today.
He's been so good. Yeah, it just felt like he was the right guy to go with today, and just obviously love the way he's playing all around right now.
You mentioned all around that defensive play made it look like he got a bad read on it yesterday in the 5th inning and then found a way to kind of course correct there. Just how impressed have you been with that defense he provides in center?
Yeah, he's been great. Like I said, from the start, he came in with a hamstring, so he was about a week, 10 days behind. But even in that ramp up, I just felt like he's been moving really well from jump. And the last 2 days, it's been a tough wind out there, and balls being kind of pushed from right to left, and that ball kind of took off on him. He's able to make up for it. So, yeah, challenging couple days out there, and he handles it so well.
Grisham a guy that last 3 years hits under 200, low 200s for his career, and now I understand it's 1 month, but do you see something that some kind of adjustment he made that it could be permanent, that he can be a good hitter?
Yeah, I think he's better than that. Now, the one thing, while he's hit under, he has had the ability to get on base a little bit. So, he controls his own to where, his under 200, I think he's been over 300 in on-base percentage. So, if he can move that average, which I think is very much in play, then that on base can go up even more. The power's there. I feel like he's moving really well. So been really encouraged with what we've seen. Really, again, from the start of spring training, I feel like he's been having good at-bats every single day, and obviously he's carried that into the season here.
Do you think he's not missing his pitch? He's making better swing decisions? What is it that's allowing him to be so successful here early going?
I don't know. I mean, he's got power. He usually does make good swing decisions. Michael thinks he's being a little more aggressive early in the count. So, yeah, I just think he's in a really, really strong frame of mind, and having a plan and knowing what he's looking for, knowing what he's looking to do up there, and making really good contact.
There's still so much more to come here on Yankees Batting Practice Today, presented by Audi. Coming up, it is Sundays with Kay. Michael Kay checks in with us from Tampa. We'll get his thoughts on all things Yankees. Stay with us on Yes and the Gotham Sports app. Absolutely stunning.
Yankees Batting Practice Today is presented by Audi, the official luxury vehicle of the New York Yankees. Visit your tri-state Audi dealer today.
Welcome back to Yankees Batting Practice Today, presented by Audi. As promised, our Michael Kay joins us now from GMS Field, and love the animation, Michael. Yesterday, though, no way to sugarcoat it. It was a heartbreaker. The Yankees had a 4-run lead going into the bottom of the 9th. Things fell apart after that. Please give us your thoughts on where Devin Williams is right now in his game and why things are not going his way.
Well, up to that point yesterday, he had pitched well after struggling the first couple of times out. And, it could be one of those things, Nancy, where you bring in a closer. It's not a safe situation. They don't have that same intensity. I'm not sure. He has struggled a bit so far this year, and if you look back at his past performance with Milwaukee, his Aprils have not been his best months, and then when it turns to May, June, July, he becomes one of the best pitchers in baseball. So over a 5-year stretch, this is a guy who has been arguably the best closer in baseball. It's either he or Emmanuel Clase. I don't think he lost it overnight. I think he just had a rough outing yesterday. He was not helped by a bad throw by Oswaldo Cabrera, although he played brilliant defense for most of the game and has for most of this season so far. I just think things started to snowball. The Yankees have to depend on this guy. They really do. I just spoke to Boone moments ago, and he said he's great. He's going to be great, and we don't have any worries about him whatsoever.
Very good. Okay, as for the offense, it's doing its job. Trent Grisham, he continues to mash. He homered, reached base 3 times, continues his great start to the season. His 5 homers are the most he's had for the first 21 games ever in his career. He's all business, Michael.
He really is, and he's really helped the Yankees get up to the start they've gotten off to, and he's leading off today in the lineup. So it shows you how he has ascended in the, circle of trust that Boone might have. He's really been outstanding, and I think Boone is watching him be as good as he's been, and then he keeps lamenting that last year they didn't get him enough time. Well, this year seems to be a little bit of rotation out there, Nancy. He's so good, he's worked himself into the outfield mix. He's going to play, Bellinger's going to play, Dominguez is going to play, but right now, all 3 of them are not every single day guys because they want to get Grisham in the lineup. Obviously, with Ben Rice being out today because the elbow is still sore, that allows them to put Aaron Judge as the DH. Bellinger's in right, Grisham is in center, and Dominguez in left. And, one thing that I've noticed about Grisham is this year he's more aggressive early in the count. Last year, he took so many pitches right down the middle early in the count, got himself into a hole until then he fell victim to off-speed pitches. So I just think he's more aggressive this year. He has confidence. He's playing a lot. And if you look, he was an everyday player with the San Diego Padres. The one difference this year to those years, he was always about a 200, 210 hitter. Now he's over 300, and he has a pretty good on-base percentage as well. Maybe this is a year that something clicked for him, but the Yankees like what they see, and they continue to roll him out there. And the big plus is he's an outstanding defender when you put him out in center field. So the Yankees had a dedication during the offseason to improve their defense, and their defense has been better, and playing Grisham a lot in center field makes it outstanding.
Yep, he's been great. And, Michael, after such a tough loss yesterday, Max Fried is the guy you want getting the ball to restore order. And considering the significant bullpen usage yesterday, the Yankees are going to need innings from him today.
Well, he's been great, Nancy. He's been great. You don't like to talk about it this early in April, but if he doesn't get hurt, if there's not an injury situation during the year, I think he's going to be top 5 in Cy Young voting. He has been that money. You just love watching him pitch. He's not an overpowering guy, although he can get the fastball up to 96 when he has to. He's not blowing people away. What he's doing, he's brilliant on the mound. He's a tactician. He's a surgeon. He outthinks you. He has so many weapons that he could use. He works the edges. He works up and down. He changes speeds. It's really fun to watch him. If you're a real fan of baseball, you watch Max Fried, and you really appreciate what he's doing out there. A lot of pitchers are great because their stuff is great. Now, he's got really good stuff, but it's not overpowering. But the combination of his stuff and his location makes him overpowering in a different way. It's been fun to watch.
And before we let you go, Michael, you mentioned Ben Rice. The Yankees got a big scare when he was hit on that left elbow, had to leave the game. Thankfully, X-rays, CT scan, both coming back negative. He expects it to be a day-to-day thing. He has been everything a Yankee fan could hope for. I want to get your views from your vantage point.
Well, he's been great, and you look at him and you try to find things under the hood that might tell you this is a flash in the pan sort of thing, because last year he got off very, very well, and then the league caught up with him and he struggled. But he came into spring training so much stronger, and the one thing that the Yankees noticed is that the ball was jumping off his bat at a different exit velocity than last year. And I know some people roll their eyes at exit velocity. They think it's some parlor game, but teams look at that. If you hit the ball harder, you are going to get more hits. It's going to travel even farther. And you can see with Ben Rice, he has a good view of the strike zone. He controls the strike zone, so he's always in good counts. It doesn't seem as if he's really getting overpowered by any sort of pitch. He's a smart hitter, and because of the fact that he got stronger, he's got more muscles, and the ball is jumping off his bat better, I think he's going to see a lot of time all year, and I don't think there's going to be a big drop-off for him. I know the Yankees really believe in Ben Rice, the player.
Thanks, Michael. We'll see you at the bottom of the hour alongside Todd for the call, and happy Easter. You wearing your Easter tie?
There's no accidents. Thank you so much, and happy Easter.
Thank you, Michael. Time for another break here on Yankees Batting Practice Today, presented by Audi. Up next, we'll talk more about Max Fried as the ace gets ready for a big start. Don't go anywhere. Injury report brought to you by Montefiore Einstein, the official hospital of the New York Yankees. As mentioned, Ben Rice isn't in today's starting lineup after being hit by a pitch in the fourth inning yesterday. However, tests were negative, and earlier today, Aaron Boone did say he was doing quite a bit better, which is very good news. Meanwhile, the starting pitching matchup is our key to the game, brought to you by your local Kia dealers. For the Rays, it's Ryan Pepio. He's 1-2 with an ERA near 5. And for the Yankees, it's another start for Max Fried. The numbers are sparkling. 3-0, a 1.88 ERA, and 28 strikeouts against just 5 walks. It is so great to have you with us on Yankees Batting Practice Today, presented by Audi. Fried has started 4 games this season, and the Yankees have won all 4. He has been reliable, he's been hard to hit, and he's given them length. This is exactly what the Yankees had in mind when they signed Fried over the offseason.
The Yankees have signed Max Fried to the largest contract ever given to a lefty pitcher.
Max Fried's been, one of the best stars in the league the last 4 or 5 years, so he's a great addition for any rotation.
You just watch Fried, and he has that feeling of just a complete sharp pitcher.
Fried is just, a crazy tenure, a crazy career. His numbers speak for himself. Very athletic, moves really, really well. You can tell he's very articulate and knows pitching and pitching grips and constantly trying to find ways to make his game better.
The 1-2. Off speed, breaking ball on the back outside corner.
Yeah, good luck in hitting that. You see the 12-6, 11-5 break on this, and it almost looks like it goes up first before it comes down. This is outstanding command.
He's got some quiet confidence in him, a little nerdy, and obviously, unbelievable competitor.
Strike 3. Baez down looking.
Well, you mentioned all of the pitches that he throws, and when you get 2 strikes, I'm sure hitters are thinking, okay, it's going to be the curveball or the sweeper. Nope, that's a 4-seamer on the outer half.
Swing and a miss, got him. 10th strikeout for Fried.
That was a dominant performance. Everything, had everything.
Swing and a miss, got him. 11 strikeouts, no walks. No runs, a brilliant 7 innings by Max Fried.
This is a guy who's going to be elite for them all season. He has so many weapons.
And the pitch, swing and a miss.
And now you're going to go away with the 4-seamer and add a little bit at 96. You don't think he has good velocity? You think he's a pitcher? No. He can ump up when he needs to, and that is right on by at 96 miles an hour with the 4-seamer.
All his pitches were working. He's working the changeup. That curveball, fastball combo is just incredible, kind of keeping guys off balance.
For me, I would say that I put the most pressure on myself out of anyone. I expect to go out there, and when I take the ball, I expect to impact the game and make sure that we're leaving winning, and I don't really accept anything less.
Strike 3, Keith, down looking.
I'm an extremely competitive guy, and when it's my turn to play, after sitting for 4 or 5 days, I want to do everything that I can to, win that game and leave it all out there.
Fried goes out there with enough weapons. He knows what pitch to throw, when to throw it, and how to throw it. Today was a master class in doing that.
Strike 3.
That's the 12-6 curveball that we remember from the Atlanta Brave days. It starts off in the left-hander's batter's box and clips that down and away corner. Beautifully located.
I couldn't be more excited. Just the history and the reputation of the New York Yankees and what winning means really aligned with what I kind of value as a baseball player. And I want to be able to go out there and play meaningful baseball late in the year and play for World Series.
This will be Fried's 4th day game start this year, and he was dominant in the first 3. He's 2-0 with an ERA just over 1.5, plus 21 strikeouts against just 3 walks. And when opponents do make contact, they're not doing much with it, just a .342 slugging percentage. One last break here on Yankees Batting Practice Today, presented by Audi. When we come back, We will wrap things up as we get ready for the series finale between the Yankees and the Rays. Stay with us on Yes and the Gotham Sports app. Conversations, a home is back. Tune in for the latest episodes, including an interview with Yankees top prospect George Lombard Jr. They're available now on the Gotham Sports app. Speaking of the Yankees' top prospects, it's been a good start for many of them. Spencer Jones has 5 home runs. Ben Hess, their first-round pick last year, has yet to allow an earned run and has struck out 9 in each of his first 2 starts. And at the top of the list, George Lombard Jr. has reached base safely in all 12 games he has played. And Lombard is flashing some leather. Look at this throw from Friday. From the foul territory behind third base, way across the diamond, and on target to first. Impressive stuff from Lombard, who has played second, third, and short this year and has yet to commit an error. Get a glimpse of the Yankees farm system Thursday. Tune in to Yes as Spencer Jones and the Double-A Somerset Patriots host the Hartford Yard Goats, the Colorado Rockies affiliate. Coverage begins Thursday at 6:30 p.m. right here on Yes on the Gotham Sports app. That does it for this edition of Yankees Batting Practice Today, presented by Audi. Our next BPTV comes your way Tuesday at 5 p.m. I will see you then. Right now, our game day coverage rolls on. It is the finale of a 4-game set at home, on the road at the Tampa Bay Rays. Max Fried gets the ball for the Yankees as they go for a series win. We set the scene. Time to hand off to the best pregame in the business. Next on Yes and the Gotham Sports app. Happy Easter.
It is a beautiful Easter Sunday in Tampa, and the Bombers are hunting for a series win. It's the finale between the New York Yankees and the Tampa Bay Rays at George M. Steinbrenner Field in Florida. We certainly hope you're having a great day. We're glad you're with us on the FanDuel Yankees pregame. Bob Lorenz and John Flaherty with you. Final game of this 4-game series. Yankees can make it 3 of 4. Could have been potentially a sweep had it not been for what happened yesterday. 4-run rally in the 9th, 2 more in the 10th. It was one of those games, Flash, as we get your Hyundai opening comment. First time this season we just go, huh? Because we haven't had that yet, right?
Yeah, when the lineup throws 8 runs out there and you have a 4-run lead in the 9th inning and you send your new closer out to the mound, you expect to win that game. And obviously, Devin Williams struggled in that outing. Yankees end up losing 10-8. So you would constitute that as a very tough loss. Now, you have a little bit of a test. How do you respond? How do you come back a day game after an afternoon start and try to take the final game of the series and move on to Cleveland? While you're throwing your ace out there, you feel really good about him. The lineup has been consistent all year long. I would love to see the Yankees get Devin Williams back out on the mound, try to take this ball game today. You feel good about the way they're going to respond. They just have to go out there and show us.
All right, let's get it down to George M. Steinbrenner Field right now. Meredith Marakovitz standing by with the Clubhouse Report presented by your local Ford stores. And Meredith, in yesterday's ball game, and we know that Ben Rice has been a staple in that lineup, but he had to leave after getting hit on the elbow. So let's get the Morgan & Morgan injury report. What is the latest with Ben Rice?
Well, Bob, he's not in the lineup this afternoon, but not major cause for concern. I spoke to him after the game last night. He had an x-ray. That x-ray came back negative on his left elbow. He said he was still sore. That elbow was a little bit swollen. It'll likely bruise, but all in all, could have been worse when it comes to Ben Rice, especially considering the fact that when he got hit by that pitch, he was not covered by anything, nothing protecting his back elbow. That would be kind of odd if you were wearing something on your back elbow, but it looks like the Yankees dodged a bullet there. It's day-to-day with Ben Rice, but they don't foresee it being a long-term thing. Certainly something to keep an eye on. And Aaron Boone even said he caught up with Rice today, and he said he's feeling much better. Still a little bit sore, so probably try to stay away from him this afternoon, and we'll see what happens in Cleveland. But overall, it looks like he is going to be okay. And to your point, Bob and Flash, he's a guy that they want in the lineup. He's been fantastic to start the year. 5 home runs, an OPS over 1,000. He's getting on base. He's slugging. So they'll have to wait a little while longer to put him back in. Without him in the lineup and in that leadoff spot, instead, it is going to be Trent Grisham. Grisham making his 154th career start in the leadoff spot. We haven't seen it a lot as a Yankee, but that is by far the most he has hit at any other spot in the order throughout the course of his career. So he's fairly comfortable there, and he has just been getting on base at a ridiculous clip to start the season as well. And you look at the fact that he has started 12 of 21 games for the Yankees in center field. Aaron Boone continuing to try to get him in that lineup to keep his bat and his defense in the lineup. Earlier today, Aaron Boone spoke about just how great Trent Grisham has been.
He's been so good. Yeah, it just felt like he was the right guy to go with today, and just obviously love the way he's playing all around right now.
Mentioned all around, that defensive play made it look like he got a bad read on it yesterday in the 5th inning and then found a way to kind of course correct there. Just how impressed have you been with that defense he provides in center?
Yeah, he's been great. Like I said, from the start, he came in with a hamstring, so he was about a week, 10 days behind. But even in that ramp up, I just felt like he's been moving really well from jump. And the last 2 days, it's been a tough wind out there, and balls being kind of pushed from right to left, and that ball kind of took off on him. He's able to make up for it. So, challenging couple days out there, and he handles it so well.
Grisham's a guy that last 3 years hits under 200, low 200s for his career, and now I understand it's 1 month, but do you see something that some kind of adjustment he made that it can be permanent, that he can be a good hitter?
Yeah, I think he's better than that. Now, the one thing, while he's hit under, he has had the ability to get on base a little bit. So, he controls his own to where, his under 200, I think he's been over 300 in on-base percentage. So, if he can move that average, which I think is very much in play, and then that on base can go up even more. The power's there. I feel like he's moving really well. So been really encouraged with what we've seen. Really, again, from the start of spring training, I feel like he's been having good at-bats every single day, and obviously he's carried that into the season here.
And you heard Aaron Boone say the power is there. It certainly has been. 5 home runs. He's driven in 12 on the season so far. You go back to yesterday, he was on base 3 times. He also homered in that one. The Yankees now hoping that continues and Grisham continues his hot start. Let's go back to last night's game in that 9th inning. The Yankees had that 8-4 lead. It looked like they were going to beat the Rays for their 6th consecutive win, and it was not to be. Devin Williams could not get the job done. When you look at that inning, the way it unfolded, there was an error in the field. Then he walked the number 9 hitter in Ben Rortvedt, but still had an opportunity to get out of the inning. When you look at Devin Williams on the year, he's allowed 8 earned runs in 8 innings pitched. It's been a little bit of a rocky road to start, but I asked Aaron Boone earlier today why he is not concerned about his closer and why fans should not be concerned about his closer.
I mean, the guy's really good. And I know yesterday was rough, but, I mean, you really break down the outing, and it's not like he got hit around. So I understand the noise around it. Obviously a tough one for us yesterday, but the end of the game, at the end of the day, he's really good at this, and he'll get through this, and just keep trying to get him in good spots, and it's a long season, and for us to be at our best, he's going to be a key figure for us.
And Aaron Boone's confidence is clearly unwavering when it comes to Devin Williams, and for good reason. He's been one of the best closers in the league for the last several years. You go back to 2020 through 2024, his 1.7 ERA is 2nd best in all of Major League Baseball. His changeup maybe hasn't looked quite the same to start the season, but they are confident he is going to be able to get back on track. Something to keep an eye on, though, guys.
Meredith, thank you. Have a terrific day down there, and we will see you with Michael and Todd in just a bit. Now, all season long here on Yes, we want to invite you viewers to show us the different ways you support the Bronx Bombers. Use the QR code on screen with the hashtag Toyota Pinstripe Pride and post pictures to social media that reflect your love for the Yankees. We might spotlight you in a future game. Pinstripe Pride is brought to you by Toyota, the official hybrid vehicles of the Yankees. Guys, rounding the bases. Oh, he just scored. It was another productive day at the plate for Trent Grisham and Aaron Judge yesterday. Coming up next on the FanDuel Yankees pregame, we do a little who's hot, who's not with the Bombers next on Yes and the Gotham Sports app.
The Yankees pregame show on Yes is presented by FanDuel. New customers get $250 in bonus bets if your first $5 bet wins. Yankees pregame show on Yes is brought to you in part by your local Hyundai dealers. There's never been a better time to test drive that Hyundai you've always wanted. Visit HyundaiUSA.com today.
It's time for the pregame odds segment presented by FanDuel. It's the series finale in Tampa with the Yanks looking to bounce back against the Rays. For today's same-game parlay, let's go with Trent Grisham and Austin Wells to each record at least 2 total bases and Max Fried to strike out 7 or more. That parlay would hit at plus 1215. New customers get $250 in bonus bets if your first $5 bet wins.
Let's take a look at the Yankees lineup brought to you by Toyota. Trent Grisham, as Meredith mentioned, in the leadoff spot for the first time this season and first time since June 4th of 2023 when he was with the Padres. Aaron Judge has a 17-game on-base streak. He was 3 for 5 yesterday. Paul Goldschmidt batting .407 over his last 15. And Goldschmidt in the leadoff spot, productive. Ben Rice, productive. We don't expect anything different today with Trent Grisham up there. He's just been coming through big time.
Yeah, it's a revolving door at the leadoff spot, but everybody who has employed that position seems to be picking up plenty of hits and kind of setting that tone for the rest of the lineup. Again, yesterday the Yankees threw 8 up on the board, and it wasn't like they were mashing home runs, just Bob grinding out at bats, and you expect the same thing from Trent Grisham this afternoon.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Trent Grisham, I mean, playing great defense, but it's the way he's striking the ball. We talked about a lot of guys hitting the ball hard. He's doing the same thing.
Bob, this is a dream start for a player who came into spring training knowing he had a role on this team, but expecting to be an extra outfielder and a defensive replacement. From the first at-bat of spring training, he has been locked in. And as an extra player, your biggest fear is that the season is going to come upon us, and you're going to go to the bench, and you're going to lose that good feeling at the plate. Aaron Boone has not let that happen. He said, I'm going to ride this guy out as long as he's swinging the bat the way he is. We know he's a Gold Glover in center field. And, Bob, when you watch him glide in center field, he never seems to be in a hurry. I get that same feeling when he's at the plate. He just seems like he has a personality about him that you throw the ball over the plate, I'm going to be ready to take care of it. If not, there's no big deal. I'll take my walk and do what I have to do. So I think that personality has helped him in the field defensively, but it's helped him at the plate big time.
You'd probably say all the same things about Aaron Judge and the way he's been playing so far this season. Remember last year, got off to that slow start, won the MVP, tidied that up. He's batting .397 right now. He's off to an unbelievable start.
It really is amazing when you think about a big man like Aaron, who runs well, but you're not going to get a bunch of infield hits. To hit close to 400 for the first month of the year and to be driving in all these runs, he has turned himself, obviously, into an MVP, a slugger who can hit over 50 home runs, but he's turned himself into a great all-around situational hitter, and we saw that yesterday with blocking a few balls off to right field, picking up some RBIs, and then late in the game being able to pull a baseball. He's tough to pitch to. He's tough to defend because of his high exit velocity, and he just seems to give you those day-in, day-out quality at-bats that at the end of the year might end up being another MVP.
When the Yankees are having their best success, there are a lot of guys getting on base, scoring runs, driving in runs. Yesterday alone, 5 different guys had runs batted in, 6 different guys scored. Having said that, Anthony Volpe has some work to do right now because he got off to that hot start, but he's had that cool streak. What are you seeing from his swings?
Well, first of all, when you're a major league hitter and you're getting the fastball thrown right by you, that is going to raise an eyebrow like, what's wrong, what's going on? And then you start cheating to try to catch that fastball, and that's when the front hip opens a little bit too soon. So the fastball velocity, and you see these, they're up in the zone, Bob. They're straight. There's nothing to it. It's just, here, we're going to come at you with our #1 pitch. This is alarming to me, to be a young hitter like this and not to be able to take care of velocity. And the other part of it is not to be able to make the adjustment to take care of velocity. You have to eliminate from the other team's perspective that they can just throw the fastball by you. How do you do that? You don't leave early with your front hip like Anthony is doing. You get your front foot down early, and you almost have a 2-strike approach. I'm just going to take care of this baseball out in front of me a little bit, and I'm going to get the bat head out, and I'm going to show the other team you can't do that anymore. Anthony hasn't done that, which it's been going on now for a bunch of games where it's a very easy game plan. So at some point, he's got to give up a little bit to show the other club that he's going to take care of the heater. You have to get your front foot down, 2-strike approach, bat head out, hit a couple line drives, or at least show the other club, I'm not going to let you do that anymore. You got to do something else.
All right, we got to take a break. Max Fried has started 4 games this season, and the Yankees have won all 4 of them. Coming up next on the FanDuel Yankees pregame, we'll take a look at how the Southpaw can make it 5 for 5. So stick around.
The Yankees pregame show on Yes is brought to you in part by Cadillac. Spring is the season for new beginnings, and it's the best time to get behind the wheel of a sophisticated new Cadillac SUV. Visit your Tri-State Cadillac dealer today. Pregame show on Yes is brought to you in part by your local Tri-State Genesis retailers. Learn more at genesis.com.
I'm News 12 meteorologist Alex Calamio with your game day forecast. First pitch is 1:40 and it's 85 degrees. It actually feels slightly cooler than the air temperature because of a low humidity, but 90 still feels hot, even if you have low humidity. And that's what we're dealing with for the 7th inning. And also for the ride home, it's very warm. Comfy, though, as far as humidity levels. This is Florida, after all. Happy game day, and make sure that you follow us here at News 12 for your New York hyperlocal headlines.
Alex, thank you for that. Max Fried taking the ball for the Yankees today, making his 5th start and flash every time out. He's looked, well, like this.
Yeah, he's won 3 in a row. It started with Pittsburgh, and a big reason why is that big 12-6 backdoor curveball. Only gave up 1 earned run in that game. This was the game, 7 innings, shutout innings against the Detroit Tigers. When the Yankees really needed a win, Max Fried showed up big time in that game. Last outing against Kansas City, again, goes deep into the ball game, couple of earned runs. He has been everything that the Yankees could have wanted for the first month of the season so far.
Let's take a look at his arsenal, courtesy of StatCast 3D, powered by Google Cloud. And the top 2 on the list, as much as he gets attention for that 12-6 curveball, are the 4-seam and the 2-seamer. But Flash, what's interesting coming off his last outing, too, is he talked about, I can give you 97 if I want to, but I can also take a little off of it, too. A lot of guys don't mix with that.
Bob, if you're a hitter and you're trying to cover all those speeds, I mean, it's 93.7 and the sweeper 79.8. There are so many speeds in between. He just keeps your timing off. And Aaron Boone has said this. I would not want to hit off of this guy. When I watch Max Fried pitch and I watch the camera from behind center field, I'm usually pretty good at saying, oh, that was a slider, or that was a changeup. With Max Fried, you're like, I don't know what, was that a cutter? Was that a 2-seamer? His ball moves all over the place, but he fills up the strike zone. And the 12-6 curveball is going to get better as the year goes on. The changeup has been a weapon. I mean, and I would probably say the best part about Max Fried so far has been his personality and his makeup. When Garrett Cole went down, he slid into that #1 spot, and we have not seen him waver at all.
No doubt. And as you told us yesterday when we talked about Fried, you said you expect he's a 7-inning, 8-inning guy. So how does that set up the bullpen for you today if you believe that he's going to give you another quality outing?
Yeah, Aaron Boone's going to be looking at this bullpen budget. In the back of his mind, he's saying, I know Max Fried's going to give me 6, maybe 7. So I have probably 3 innings that I have to cover. Fernando Cruz is going to jump out at you as a guy you're probably going to see today. I would love Devin Williams to get back out there in a save situation if possible. Gomez, Hill, I mean, there are plenty of guys that you can go to, but you're expecting Max Fried to give you at least 6, and then you got a couple innings to cover. Bullpen has been so good. You just want to make sure that you're not overworking guys because they've been great, but they've been overworked. They've been working a lot here at the beginning of the year. At some point, that's going to have to settle down. A lot of times it settles down on the days that Max Fried pitches.
Devin Williams gave up 4 runs yesterday. He struggled, but as we broke it down yesterday, you talked about the soft contact. There was an error behind him. That's all true. Having said that, there wasn't a lot of swing and miss, and that's what he relies on. Didn't get that yesterday.
Yeah, you got to look at the positives from an outing. We talked about it on our post-game show last night. A lot of soft contact, weak ground balls. The error by Cabrera was a huge play. Obviously, you'd love to see your closer pick up your third baseman. But on the flip side, you're not getting as many swings and misses with the changeup, the air bender that it's known. And it was brought up in the post-game media session with Williams. The metrics are saying you're not getting as many swings and misses. The one thing that jumped out to me, Devin Williams was a little testy, a little frustrated in that media session. Not that that's a huge deal, but it raises an eyebrow. Like, that's part of being the closer in this town, is dealing with the media, dealing with them after some tough losses, and it got a little testy yesterday. So just something to pay attention to moving forward.
Let's take a look at the Rays lineup that the Yankees will face today, and Max Fried will start off with. It's brought to you by Toyota. Jonathan Aranda yesterday, the game-winning homer, his .367 average, 700 slug, and 1135 OPS are all top 3 in the American League. Yandy Diaz leading off. He's DHing today. He was 3 for 5 with 2 runs batted in. Well, one last break here on the FanDuel Yankees pregame. It's still ahead. It's Easter, and Flash has an excellent key to the game for us. We find out what is next on Yes and the Gotham Sports app.
The Yankees pregame show on Yes is brought to you in part by Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center. On Yes is brought to you in part by Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. Injured? Visit forthepeople.com.
Great to have you with us today. Get you out to George M. Steinbrenner Field here in just a second. Now, I teased it as an excellent
a lot of pressure.
Key to the game. I don't want to put pressure on you. You know what? Pressure is a privilege, by the way.
Let me see if I can do this. My key to the game today for Max Fried is the responsibility of a #1 pitcher after a tough loss yesterday where the Yankees put 8 on the board. We're up 4 in the 9th inning, ended up losing that game. The responsibility of a #1 when you sign that contract, yes, you have great stuff. We already detailed that. But you also have a mindset that I have to go pick up my club today. I got to pick up a win. Not only pick up a win, get deep into this ball game, take the 3rd game out of a 4-game series, and move on to Cleveland. You feel good about what we've seen from Max Fried already. You feel good about what he's going to do this afternoon.
Excellent way to wrap up the show. Baseball coming up next. Enjoy it.
Your attention, please, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching Yes.
Well, the Yankees jumped out early in yesterday's game, took what seemed like a commanding lead into the bottom of the 9th inning, but it was in the 10th. Jonathan Aranda with a walk-off 2-run home run, and the Yankees have their 5-game winning streak snapped. But they're back at the ballpark today, and it's Easter Sunday. Little bunnies are all over the place. Give that a high five. There you go. Little fist bump, and it is time for baseball as the Yes Network presents the Hyundai Sunday Game of the Week. And it's the New York Yankees against the Tampa Bay Rays in the final game of a 4-game set from George M. Steinbrenner Field in Tampa, Florida. Hi, everybody, and welcome to Yankees Baseball, along with Todd Frazier. I'm Michael Kay. So the Yankees did have a tough loss yesterday, snapped their 5-game winning streak. But we'll take a look at the pitching matchup in this one. The Home Depot getting it done pitching matchup. Ryan Pepio is going to get the start for Tampa Bay. And for the Yankees, Max Fried, their big free agent signing during the offseason. Todd, he has been terrific.
Yes, he has. Started 4 times now with 3 wins. He is their ace, as we all know. Garrett Cole not here because of injury. He's going to have to step up, and step up he has. That breaking ball is his favorite pitch to throw. Gets a lot of guys out on that. They're going to need him today to salvage and get that 3 wins out of 4. They're looking for big things from him today.
3 or more wins in a 2.0 ERA or lower. This is the club, and the first starts with the Yankees. Doc Ellis, Tommy John, Phil Niekro, and now Max Fried. Well, leading off for the Yankees today, Trent Grisham. He has been absolutely outstanding. He's playing most of the games, and as I mentioned, leading off for the first time as a Yank. Had a big home run yesterday. He keeps on doing it.
Yeah, and he's got 5 home runs on the year. This is a guy, Gold Glover, as we all know how good defender he is. He is hitting the ball to all fields. We also know he doesn't use the batting gloves, old school kind of guy. He's going to lead off. He's going to do some damage for the Yankees now. Watch out for him, and he needed this. Last year didn't play as often. Booney even said it. Should have played him a little more, and now guaranteed some more spots. Ben Rice is hurt. He's going to play a lot more.
All right, 326, 5 home runs, 12 ribbies, the OPS 1.078. Well, there's still a little bit of a buzz about yesterday's game. Devin Williams could not protect a 4-run lead in the 9th inning, and the Yankees ended up losing. Meredith Marakovich talks to Aaron Boone and Devin Williams about yesterday. That's coming up next, right here on Yes.
Yankees baseball on Yes for the series finale between the Yankees and the Tampa Bay Rays. Hey everyone, I'm Meredith Marakovich. The Yankees suffered a brutal loss yesterday. They actually had an 8-4 lead heading into the 9th inning when they handed the ball to Devin Williams. Williams, however, was not able to get the job done, and the Yankees ultimately lost in extras 10-8, snapping their 5-game win streak. I had the opportunity to catch up with Williams after the game and asked him about that 9th.
4-run lead, you know, you like to get in and get out. Made some good pitches, made some bad ones. Not enough good ones today.
That's part of being, especially a closer in this league, and one as good as he's been. So, you know, we got a long way to go. It's a little bump here early, and you know, he's got all the equipment to get through it.
I mean, it is one game, it's over. So, you know, we have another game tomorrow. That's really all there is to it.
And it's been a little bit of a rocky road to get Williams going here early in the season. He's allowed 8 earned runs in 8 innings pitched, but Aaron Boone continues to express his confidence, saying he is our closer. He will work it out. And when you look at Williams' numbers from 2020 to 2024, his 1.7 ERA is second best in all of Major League Baseball. Plenty more to come here on the Yes Network. When we get back, Michael Kay will be joined by Todd Frazier. First pitch coming your way after the break.
Yankees baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by Hyundai. With a brand new Hyundai, there's joy in every journey. By Montefiore Einstein, the official hospital of the New York Yankees. And by Mohegan Sun. Something's always happening at Mohegan Sun. It's a beautiful Easter Sunday. Happy Easter from all of us here at the Yes Network. Hope you're enjoying the day with family and friends. And now sit down for a little bit of baseball between the Yankees and the Rays. The Rays have taken the field. And we'll take a look at the Yankees starting lineup. The Yankees come in at 13-8. And the leadoff hitter is the center fielder Trent Grisham. DH, Aaron Judge. Cody Bellinger in right field hits third. Cleaning up first baseman Paul Goldschmidt. Jazz Chisholm Jr. at second. Anthony Volpe at short. Austin Wells will catch at bat seventh. Batting eighth. And playing left field, Jason Dominguez. Oswaldo Cabrera at third base. Full bat night. Max Fried on the mound. 2-0 career record against the Rays. And that lineup's going to be facing that guy, Ryan Pepio. He's the opening day starter for the Rays. This is 4th start, 1-2, 4.91 ERA. You see the rest of the numbers. So let's check out the Nissan pitcher scouting report.
Yeah, thanks, Michael. His fastball this year has been getting hit at an alarming rate. So if you're a Yankee, get ready for the heater and drive it. He's a pop-out machine. This guy has given up the most pop-outs in baseball the last couple of years. And no relief. Their bullpen right now is taxied. They've been pitching a lot. If you're the Rays, you're going to need him to throw at least 6-7 innings, help them out a little bit.
How about the defense behind him? Morrell in left, Chandler Simpson picked up his first big league hit yesterday, a double in that 9th inning. Jake Mangum is in right. Infield, Caminero, Caballero, Meade, and Aranda. That's third to first. Jansen behind the plate. Yandy Diaz had 3 hits yesterday. He's the DH. And we told you Ryan Pepio is on the mound. All right, let's look at the keys to the game, brought to you by your local Kia dealers.
As I said, forget about it. Forget about yesterday. That was a tough loss. Time to move on. Jump street. Get on them early. Get on them often. Start right away. And a happy flight. A win here would take care of this series and have a great Easter. So that flight would be just good for the Yanks.
All right, Grisham's ready. Pepio's ready. Let's do it in Tampa. And the first pitch is inside 1-0. We're underway. Adam Beck, the home plate umpire. John Bacon at first. Dan Iasonia, the crew chief, at second. And Scott Barry is over third. Let's check out what Adam Beck's all about. He's pitcher friendly. Sorry, Todd. 6 big league season. More inside strikes, more inside strikes on lefty batters.
Tough Sunday afternoon for hitters.
High fly ball, right field. Mangum back. Track, wall. See ya. A game-opening home run for the red-hot Grisham.
This is a great start here for the Yankees. This guy has been on fire. Another home run. Batting lead off first time for the Yankees. Says, you know what, I'm not just going to get on. I'm going to get on and circle all the bases. What a start, Michael.
6th home run of the year. He's 4 for 8 in the series. And he keeps on keeping on. Here's Aaron Judge. Upstairs.
You know, and the best part about Grisham right now, he's getting into counts where he can drive the ball. That there 2-0 count, you're sitting fastball. He timed it up just right.
First leadoff home run since 2021. Judge swings through 1-1. Judge 4 for 12 in this series. Hitting a robust .397. He has 31 hits on the season.
Really good changeup right there, too. That has been his best pitch besides that fastball. Leans in more to right-handers, goes away to lefties. If he can live right there, it's going to be a good day for him besides the first at-bat.
Two and 2 on Judge. So just underway, and it starts with a home run by Grisham. 2-2. And the count is full. Laid off the changeup. Caminero deep at third and close to the line. Swing and a miss. Got the fastball by Judge. 1 away.
Here it is again. Fastball right there. Oh, man. His timing has been perfect. And look at that nice leg kick. Boom. Stays behind the baseball. You hit the ball back there. Watch the noise. Bam. What a start for him. And all these Yankees, you got a bunch of guys that are hitting in different spots. It doesn't matter. Next guy up.
Bellinger fouls it back. Now Bellinger has been struggling. 1 for 9 in this series, 2 for his last 23. And if you look inside the numbers, he has been struggling against the fastball. Last year and the year before against fastballs hitting 280. This year against the fastball 194.
And he's not the only one too. It just seems a little Volpe action too with the fastball. It's one of those pitches where you get geared up for a fastball every time you get up there.
You know, I asked Boone today about the difficulty with the fastball. Bellinger said, you know what, hitting's hard. He's in a bit of a slump right now. He goes, I'm sure those numbers will return to what they were the last 2 years. Goes with the change. When you know a batter is struggling with a fastball, you don't always throw them fastballs because, as Todd said yesterday, sometimes you cheat so you can hit the fastball and then you change speeds and you get them out front.
Yeah, and I mean, you can throw the heater, but at the same time, you got to find which spot you want to throw it at. Can't miss.
There's a changeup, grounded softly to second. They get Bellinger for the second out. That's going to bring up a guy who's not struggling. Paul Goldschmidt, 11 for his last 28, off to a great start with the Yankees, a .367 average. He has 29 hits, 23 of them are singles. Pepio deals. And that got Jansen. Adam Beck walks out to the mound to give Jansen some time.
Yeah, this happened a couple times too. Foul ball right off the quad muscle right there. That's what happens sometimes when you got that one knee down, one leg up.
Now, yesterday was so unusual for the Yankees. It was only the 6th time since 1995 that the Yankees blew a 4 or more run lead when they were an inning away from a win and they ended up losing. So just the 6th time. And also, they had won 70 straight games, Todd, when scoring 8 or more runs. And going into the bottom of the 9th inning, they had a 98% win probability.
That's a tough one.
1-2. Swinging through the fastball high, and that'll do it here in the first. But the Yankees get a run. Grisham leading off for the first time for the Bombers. Well, he becomes a Bomber. His 6th home run of the year, sends it over the wall in right center field. Yankees won, and the Rays come to bat. Well, Max Fried has a 1-0 lead thanks to Trent Grisham. And now let's take a look at the Rays lineup that he has to face. Yandy Diaz, DH, leads off. Junior Caminero at third base will bat second. Jonathan Aranda, first baseman, hits third. Cleaning up, it's Christopher Morel. He's in left field. Batting fifth, playing second base, Curtis Mead. Danny Jansen will catch. Jake Mangum in right. Jose Caballero plays shortstop. He's going to bat eighth. Batting ninth and playing center field, the rookie Chandler Simpson. And we saw Ryan Pepio get the start. He has a 1-0 career record against the Yankees. So Fried will make his 5th start for the Yankees. All of the numbers are good. Let's check out the Nissan Pitcher Scouting Report.
Yeah, as we know, he is the ace right now, so this is a big game for him. Who wouldn't you want out there more than him? Go the distance. Another squad here with the bullpen being used a lot. Hop along. Another Easter slang right there. Work fast and be effective.
Lined into center field. Grisham hardly had to move. 1 pitch, 1 out to retire Diaz. So let's check out the defense. We know Grisham's in center. Now on either side of him, Dominguez is in left, Bellinger's in right. In the infield, Cabrera, Volpe, Chisholm, and Goldschmidt third to first. Wells behind the plate. We saw Judge as the DH, and Max Fried is on the mound. So the Yankees with a run in the top of the first inning, their 19th first inning run, and that ties the Dodgers for the Major League lead. Caminero. Cabrera backs up. The stretch, and they get the out. What a stretch by Goldschmidt. And that's 2 away here in the first inning.
Let's look at this. Just in between one of those, you either got to come
out at first base.
Come get it quickly
or
let it go by. Let's see. Oh, that's going to be pretty close. We know how good Goldschmidt is over there. Let's see if that foot stays on. I think that one's going to get overturned.
Well, there was a bad throw yesterday by Cabrera, who's done such a good job at third base. So the challenge replay brought to you by Citizens Made Ready. I don't know.
Clear. I think that one's clear as
After
day.
review, the fielder came off of the base. The call on the field is overturned. The runner is safe. Tampa Bay retains their challenge.
So instead of a 5-3, it's an E5, allowing Caminero to reach.
As a third baseman, you're taught if you see that high hop, you go get it. And he just got stuck. When you make a split-second decision and don't come, you have to go way back and try and get it. He got that second hop that was really the factor.
So just 2 pitches thrown, 2 balls put in play. And they finally take a pitch, and they take it for a strike.
As you see here, look, first move up, hesitated just for a second. And we all know that second hop is the harder one. You have to really get it over there quickly. Just an errant throw.
Now, we told you how unusual it was for the Yankees to lose that game. It's only the 3rd time the Rays were down 4 runs in the 9th inning in their history to come back for a win. And today finishes a 13-game homestand for the Rays. Starting on Tuesday, they have a series against Arizona, then San Diego. So 2 tough teams out west. Rays are 9-12. They started the season 4-1, but they're 5-11 since. Did he go? Yes, he did, said Scott Barry.
Take a second look here. Oh, yeah. Hands and the bat went on that one.
Caminero leads off first, held by Goldschmidt. Nice block there by Wells. Time for Game Time weather, presented by Bigelow, the official hot tea of the Yankees. 84, it feels like 90. Humidity 35%. The wind is blowing from right field to left field at 10 miles per hour. Beautiful day. Beautiful Easter Sunday. Three and 2. Aranda hit the walk-off home run off of Yoendris Gomez in the 10th inning yesterday. Stood and admired it for a while and then rounded the bases as the Rays celebrated at home plate.
And as you remember, too, him and Rorfett got knocked into each other on a pop fly. Didn't seem like he wasn't moving for a second, but he came up on his feet, and next thing you know, woke him up for that walk-off.
And he walked him. So an E5 and a walk first and second, 1 man out. That brings up the cleanup hitter, Christopher Morel. You see the numbers, they're not that bad, but he strikes out 43.8% of the time. How high is that? The major league average, 22.5. So almost double the average. Want to know?
Another trend here, too, is while you see some of the Yankee pitchers, it takes them a little time to figure out that breaking pitch and try and throw it for a strike. Just been going on every game so far. Morel, 5 Ks out of 6 at-bats, 2 coming into this series.
Grounder, Bubby, to Chisholm on the first. Oh, what a scoop by Goldschmidt to complete the double play. Fried's looking into the Rays dugout. You challenging that? Doesn't look like they are. 6, 4, and some Easter scoopage. All right, let's check out FanDuel's live same-game parlay. So Max Fried didn't strike out anybody in the first inning, but one of those lines is going to record 7 or more strikeouts. Yankees up 1-0 on the leadoff home run by Grisham. That's an early ball, a pitch clock violation, so a 1-0 count on Chisholm. Pitch is high, 2-0. Chisholm in his last 12 games is 4 for 41. Hitting 165. 2-1.
Would be a nice day to start a 1-0 count. That's a beautiful start to the day.
2-1. Right to Meade. One away. Here's Anthony Volpe. Well, it doesn't take a scout to figure out how the Rays have been attacking him. High fastballs. And that one is a fastball whipped down the left field line. He was waiting on it. He'll round first. He'll go to second. It's a one-out double for Volpe.
And that's huge here for his confidence, for one, and for two, seeing a fastball and driving it. He had one yesterday for a base hit, ready to go. Fastball right on the inner half for him to swing. He has seen 54 pitches so far in this segment here. Now 39, make it 40 fastballs he's seen out of 55 pitches. That's absolutely incredible. Got to do damage with it, and I think he's ready for the day.
Here's Austin Wells. 1-0.
Let's see here. Nice little leg kick. Foot gets down, and he gets on top of the ball. Haven't seen many of those. He's been underneath a couple. Leveling that swing off. Looked pretty good.
That one is looped into left field. Morel will make the play. Morel looked like he was jogging toward the dugout. Maybe he thought it was 3 outs. But it's just 2. And that brings up Jason Dominguez. One and 0. Shane McClanahan was set up to be the opening day starter. Came down with an injury, so Pepio got that honor. And although his numbers are not great, the ERA is high. A lot of that is slanted because he had a really bad start against the Red Sox last time. 6 innings, 9 hits, 6 runs. So kind of bloated the ERA a bit. Two and 1.
Dominguez playing left field once again. Had a couple plays out there. Percentages of making some of those plays are pretty tough, but he looks pretty comfortable here in the box. That's one thing you look at is comfort.
3 and 1.
Oh, I called that a strike.
Wow. And also, Todd, was such a blatant frame. There was nothing like subtle about it. He just yanked his glove back down.
Yeah, and it was a late call too, so he saw to his dismay. He was upset. Ball 4 right there. Now you're in a full count.
Strike 3. Kind of the same pitch. Dominguez cannot believe it. No runs a hit, no errors, and 1 man left on base. Wow. It's time for Pinstripe Pride, brought to you by Toyota, the official hybrid vehicles of the Yankees. Today's picture is of Denise, who looks very excited in the bleachers during a recent game at the stadium. Use the hashtag Toyota Pinstripe Pride. Mention yes in pictures you post to social media To reflect your love for the Bronx Bombers, we might spotlight you in a future game. Curtis Mead swings at the first pitch and fouls it off. Mead 9 for his last 23. Yankees lead 1-0, bottom of the second. You know, Adam Beck is living up to the scouting report we gave.
Very much so. Even more than we thought.
1-2. And Fried deals. Here is that scouting report we gave you. More inside strikes, and he did. And on lefty batters, more inside strikes, and he did that twice to Dominguez.
Well, there's a little bit more on inside. Then there's a lot more. That 2 pitches right there that Tom Dominguez, I'm not very happy.
You see Fried calling his own game. Two and two.
Yeah, still find it amazing that you can decide on your right hip or wherever you want to put, the pitch comm and figure out exactly what you want to throw and how you figure that out. Takes a while to figure out too.
I always find it fascinating when pitchers call their own game because there's so much to deal with as a pitcher, and now you're actually deciding what pitch to throw rather than throw that pitch effectively. There are a lot of pitchers that I've heard, Todd, they didn't want to think out there. Give me the sign and let me execute.
Yeah, Chris Sale's definitely one of those guys. From playing with him and understanding, you put it down, I'm going to throw it. And that's a respect factor that of having whoever's catching the understanding of what they need to throw, and just trusting in what they put down.
This will be the 9th pitch of the at-bat. Andy Pettitte liked to just look at the sign and go. Didn't want to really think about what pitch to throw. Didn't shake off very much. You have to have extreme trust in your catcher. Three and 2 on Mead. This will be pitch 11. Ground ball, Volpe. One down. So Fried wins the long battle. There's Danny Jansen. Pay no attention to the numbers because his numbers are different against the Yankees for some reason. .269 lifetime hitter against the Yankees. Against the rest of baseball, .212. (0-1) on Jansen.
You see a number like that, you got to be licking your chops when they come into town or you go to play them, and not to start a couple of the games. You're like, coach, come on, man. Have you seen me play against this team?
One and 2.
It's a rare changeup right there. That's a really good 3rd pitch for him.
Strike three. Dialed it up to 98 to strike out Jansen.
Excuse me, let's go with the fastball here, right on the outer half. Very good pitch. After throwing all those changeups and curveballs. Gassed him up. Why not? He has that in the tank.
Here's Jake Mangum. Follows 98 with a 74-mile-an-hour curveball. Freed, the Gold Glover, fields, fires, got him. Nice play by Max Fried. As the Rays go down in order, 1, 2, 3. We're going to the third. Nice play by Fried, moving toward the line and firing another strike. Stream every Adam MLB Network 24/7 for the entire season. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.tv for details. Tell you what, just watching Adam Beck behind the plate today for both teams. If this was a spring training game, there'd be a lot of tapping on the top of the helmet.
There would be a few.
A lot of challenges. Line drive, it is a base hit down the right field line. Cabrera rounds first, digging out of the corner, Mangum. Cabrera going for two, and he's got a leadoff double here in the third.
Picking up where he left off, getting a slider here. Stays a little bit out over, gets the hands through the zone. He's been hitting the ball hard this whole series. And again, I know he bats ninth, but he's just like a leadoff hitter in that ninth hole. That's huge. You could see different things happening here now. Grisham, a good bunter too as well. Try and get that guy over.
Cabrera now 4 for 10 in this 4-game set. Here's Grisham. He homered on the third pitch of the game, a 2-0 count. His 6th home run of the year. The leader is brought to you by your local Tri-State Genesis retailers. Trent Grisham leading the American League in slugging at 745. Aaron Judge next at 722. And then the Rays, Jonathan Aranda, an even 700. Foul back. Well, we've told you that this is the first time Grisham's led off for the Yanks, but he has led off 154 times in his career. And that's more than any other lineup position in his career. But with the Yankees, it's always been 6 down. One and two.
Two really good swings right there. Both are foul balls, but again, trying to do the job, getting them over, hitting a hard ground ball or hard line drive through the hole on the right side. Now with 2 strikes, you take everything out the window and try and drive the ball right here.
Strike 3. Grisham down looking. Now he's looking at Adam Beck.
Tough one right there. Looked like it caught the top of the zone. Nonetheless, it was strike 3.
There's Judge. 0-1.
Here it is, high breaking ball. It just catches the top of the zone. You don't think it's ever going to come down that far, but it always does.
Ground ball and through for a base hit. It just squeezed through the left side of the infield. Cabrera will stop at third. Judge's 2nd broken bat of this series, and he gets a base hit.
Wow, you don't see that too often either. Him breaking his bat, that's that big. Third baseman, Caminero, had no clue what to do. I think he saw the bat come flying out of his hands. Went a little bit closer to third base. Watch again. Oh, broke it in 2 pieces. Put his head down like he knew he was out. Next thing you know, you have a base knock.
So Kyle Snyder will go out and talk. The base hit for Judge, his 32nd of the year. Now, I'm always curious about the box that we show, which is the strike zone. So is that the box behind the plate or in front of the plate? Because if it's behind the plate where the catcher's catching it, then when it crossed the plate, it was high because it hit the top of the box.
Yeah, they always say once it crosses home plate.
Right.
But again, that one looked like it might have crossed higher and then landed into a strike. So that's the tough part. Yeah, Caminero just, I guess he saw that bat coming through, just could not get a feel for where it was. Judge, that's his 2nd hit right in that spot, too. He had one yesterday for an RBI.
Bellinger. Let's see if they turn 2. There's one on to first, not in time. Scoring is Cabrera as Bellinger beats out the return throw, picks up an RBI.
Not what he wants right here, but he'll take this. Good hustle down the line. As a lefty, they're closer to first base, and Bellinger with the quick gaining speed. Put your head down and run. Big RBI.
There's Goldschmidt. Struck out in the first inning, takes a strike. Oh, 0-2. And you hear the Let's Go Yankees chant here at Steinbrenner Field. All 4 games. A lot of New York schools are off this week. And a lot of Yankee fans have made the trip down to Tampa to see their team and root them on. It's been a majority of Yankee fans in all 4 sellouts. Runner goes. Throw to second. Ooh. Safe. And Bellinger on his back calls timeout. But he does get the stolen base.
Tell you what, sometimes when you do struggle at the plate, find ways to help your team out here. Good break at second base. Ball hits him right in the chest, too. Caballero gives him a pat on the leg, hoping he's all right.
2-2. Swing and a miss. Goldschmidt down on strikes for the 2nd time. Yankees get a run on 2 hits. They leave 1. By Optimum Fiber. Get Optimum, the fastest fiber internet. Don't take slow for an answer. By your local Tri-State Genesis retailers. Learn more at genesis.com. And by the New York Lottery. Get out there and play. Right now, 87 degrees here at the ballpark. Beautiful day to sail. Better day to watch baseball. Got the Easter egg hunt out of the way. Now the Yankees hunting for a victory in this series. It'd be 3-1 if they could take this one. There's a strike to Caballero leading off the bottom of the 3rd. Yankees lead 2-0. Caballero is the definition of one of those players. If you play against him, you don't like him. If you play with him, then you appreciate him as a teammate. You've all seen, if you've watched Yes, the famous video of Garrett Cole wagging his finger toward the Seattle dugout. That was because of Caballero, where he was doing it when the pitch clock was just starting. He would not even look up from the dirt until the 8-second mark, just to throw pitchers off. He said, I'm not doing anything wrong, I'm just gaming the system. And Cole didn't like it, and kind of wagged his finger at the Seattle dugout.
Let him know. Get in the box.
Rip foul.
And that's the gamesmanship too as well. Like when you first come up, you find the rules. Well, how can I, skeet around the rules a little bit and get away with it? But guess what? People are going to catch on, and they're not going to be happy about it. But at the same time, rules are the rules.
He said, I know the pitchers don't like it, just trying to make them think about something else instead of throwing strikes. Volpe gets a nice hop. And that one's picked by Goldschmidt. One away.
We've seen a couple of these ground balls in this series where the second hop, when it hits the early dirt or in front of that grass, slows it down. So it's good to see Volpe actually come and get that ball. He had one yesterday. Diaz hit a big base hit yesterday to get the wheels turned a little bit in the ninth. He didn't really come through it. I think if he would have had that again, he would have changed his mind.
It was Chandler Simpson, picked up his first big league hit, that double in the ninth inning yesterday was huge. It must be tough for the Yankee infielders, Todd, because they spent all spring training on this field. But this is not the field they spent spring training on. They completely changed the dirt. So the hops that they were used to getting in their home games during spring, it's not the same hops now.
Totally different. And again, there's no excuse. At the same time, you got to deal with what you're dealt. But they did. It was an orangey kind of dirt, now a darker brown. So it does change a lot of things.
Right in on the hands, fielded by Goldschmidt. Flips to Fried. Got him. Fried beat Simpson, the speedy Simpson, to the bag. He is the fastest home to first times at AAA this season, all between 3.69 and 3.71.
Yeah, and you see here, he goes for the tag as well for the bag. I tell you what, if he didn't hit the base, he would have definitely been safe there. This guy can fly. Goldschmidt said, I'm not taking a chance. I'm going to flip it to you. And he got the out.
Tell you what, Fried showed some late speed.
He did. Some gaining speed. Amazing. He went for the tag. Again, if his foot doesn't hit the base there, he's safe because the tag was too late. As we watch here in slow motion, watch as he goes. His first thought is to step on the base. Oh, there he is. Hold on. Watch his right foot. Oh, man. Tried doing both at the same time.
Smart play by Wells here. Going out and having a conversation with Fried. Just give him a chance to catch his breath.
The sign of a veteran catcher. He's getting it. Used to do that when there was no clock. Third baseman, when I played third, come over, give him a breather. Some guys liked it, some guys didn't. Just where they were at. Hot day, too, as well.
Here's Diaz. If they didn't like it, would they say scram, Todd? Just get out of it?
They would just use the glove and just kind of waggle you. I'm good, Go up and talk about other things besides baseball. Maybe talk about your Instagram attendees. Say, hey, did you see the chicken tendies the other day? They look pretty good.
0-2 on Diaz. Two-way here in the third. 2-0 Yanks. Diaz with a fly ball to center in the first. 1-2. Fried. Over to Goldschmidt. And Fried has retired 7 straight Rays. It's time to monitor Einstein, the official hospital of the New York Yankees. Ben Rice, not in today's starting lineup, left elbow contusion, currently listed as day-to-day. He was hit by a pitch in the 4th inning yesterday. X-rays negative, no break, but there's still some swelling in the area. But Boone did not eliminate the possibility that Rice could come off the bench later in the game. I think they'd like to stay away from it.
And Michael, Rice was really worried when I spoke to him after the game in that he didn't know exactly how severe it was. He said getting the x-ray kind of gave him peace of mind that it was nothing serious. It was just a matter of getting the swelling, getting the bruising out of it, and allowing him to have a full range of motion. But he's not the only guy that's on the mend. Clayton Beeter started a rehab assignment today with Tampa Tarpons. He went 1 1/3, struck out all 4 batters he faced. And Jonathan Loaizaga was across the street throwing a live today. So more arms could be in the mix soon, Michael.
And the 2 arms you're talking about, those are hard throwers. And as effective as the Yankees bullpen has been, they aren't flamethrowers that come out of the bullpen, which is unusual, but they're getting it done nonetheless. Goldschmidt grounds to second.
Yeah, with the bullpen too as well. They've been doing really well. Not overpowering, but just finding ways to get guys out. You know, you think about yesterday, besides yesterday, it's been really, really good bullpen action.
So Chisholm grounds out the second. Here's Volpe. You know, Boone, before the game today, was talking about Devin Williams and that bottom of the 9th inning, and Boone always puts a positive spin on things. He said, listen, didn't get the job done, but that one's hit deep to left field. Nope, he got under it, it comes in, and Morel makes the play. If you look at the balls that were hit in that inning, Todd, so I looked it up. 72.8 off the bat, 63.8, 84.9, 73.1, 80.9. The hardest hit ball was the Caminero DP at 110 miles an hour.
Yeah, soft contact, but again, it's an opportunity. You're up 4 runs. You've got to find a way to get 3 outs there and win the ball game. Again, soft contact is soft contact, but again, they got the job done. So that's the only problem I'm having with it.
And that turns this game into a big game, because you don't want to leave here with a split after taking the first 2 and leading by 4 runs in the 9th. And you win this one, you go to Cleveland, you feel good about things. You lose this one, all of a sudden you're 2-2.
Yeah, it's a different story. If you were, you know, down 5 or 6, you end up losing that game, but you were up 4 runs, and you brought up the stats too as well. Like, hasn't been done in a very, very long time.
I mean, and, you know, you always talk about bad starts, good starts. You can only read so much into April games, but there are some games that admittedly sting a little bit more than others. I think that one stung yesterday.
Yeah, it will. They'll look back on that one and say that's a game that they should have won.
3-1 count on Wells. Wells with a fly ball to left in the second. Popped up. Jansen watches it go over the screen. Papio rocks and deals the payoff. Check swing fouled away. Birthday wishes go out to the captain, Don Mattingly. Turns 64 today. Where's the time gone? That's ball 4. Here is a look at Devin Williams yesterday.
Yeah, it all started out with this error by Cabrera. Didn't come get the ball over through him. Simpson gets his first ever career hit. It was a double and an RBI, ground rule double. And then another soft contact here. Volpe might have thought he should have came through with that one. Again, very soft contact. Basically, two guys got on by infield singles, one in there, and then the big 2 RBI single there by Lowe. Yeah, that's frustrating. It's a hard game to master.
And exit velocity is such a big deal, and it wasn't great exit velocity, but then you think about Willie Keeler, hit them where they ain't. That's exactly what they did. They hit them where they ain't. Lined right at Caminero, and Dominguez is out on the line drive, and we will go to the bottom of the 4th. A new episode of Sportico Sports Business. It's a great show for an exclusive interview with MLB Commissioner Rob Manfred. Catch the new episode presented by Genius Sports tomorrow after Yankees coverage on Yes and the Gotham Sports app. Junior Caminero leads off. And there's a strike. Tri-State Cadillac scoreboard, 2-0 Yankees. 2 base runners for the Rays, one on an E5, one on a walk. Chisholm. One away.
You know, just thinking about this whole series, Michael, some of the plays that were made in this series, you don't see happening over the course of a season. I mean, Cabrera, Grisham. I mean, there has been Goldschmidt. There's been some unbelievable plays to help this Yankee team win these games.
Pitch outside to Aranda. One and one. One-two. Aranda came into the game third highest average in the American League. Judge first, Goldschmidt second, and then Jonathan Aranda, 26 years old, 4th big league season. In 2023, he hit .339 at AAA Durham. But his fielding was always a question mark. His hit tool was considered a 65 on the 20 to 80 scouting scale. Just missed upstairs.
Back to Aranda here. I mean, he's proven his worth. I mean, and I know it's sample size and it's just the start of the year. Big walk-off homer yesterday, and he's been proven to be one of the best power hitters for this Rays team.
Right there is Volpe. Plays perfectly. And they get Aranda. Fried getting a lot of ground balls. 9 ground ball outs, 1 fly out. So 2 down here in the 4th, and that'll bring up Christopher Morel. Hit into a 6-4-3 double play in the 1st. Deep fly ball, but foul.
He doesn't get cheated, ever. This guy, he is swinging out of his shoes, ready to go.
Nice play by Cabrera. Sets and fires high over the head of Goldschmidt, allowing Morel to reach. Cabrera's arm has been a bit erratic over the last couple of games.
He does everything right here. Michael sets his feet. Again, you're taught as a third baseman, give the first baseman a chance, throw it lower, let him try and get a scoop. He's got the arm for it. That ball just took off. Backspin right into the dugout.
Now that's his second error of the game. Here's Meade. They got it. Oh, a perfect timing play. A great throw and a great tag by Chisholm.
Unbelievable. You saw Chisholm coming hard to second base. Perfect timing play, and that's set up by the catcher. We'll look at that when we come back.
Always great when a plan works out, Todd.
Yeah, and you look at Wells here. He gives the glove wiggle. This was planned. It comes from the dugout at first, and the catcher, Jazz, with the perfect time play. Watch the little glove wiggle. Bang. That's when he knows when to go. Perfect execution by the Yankees.
And those are the things that's worked on. Backfields at spring training over and over and over again. And to see it work like that, it's got to feel good.
It does. And how many times does that work? You might get one, maybe two during the season. That'll put a smile on any coach's face as they come into the dugout.
You know, Boone was talking about it yesterday. One of the responsibilities of Luis Rojas, who's the third base coach, is controlling the running game. How you throw over. When do you make that signal? When do you decide on the pickoff? That's all Luis Rojas taught. And Cabrera down looking.
That was a good fastball right on the knees. Yeah, he knew that, put his head down. Looking local, got the express is what they always say.
Grisham takes upstairs, got the Yankees off to a good start with a home run leading off the game, third pitch of the game. Grisham leading off for the Yankees first time. One and one. Line foul. Nothing Yankees, top of the fifth inning. Final game of a four-game set. Yankees won the first two. Rays won yesterday. And Grisham swings and misses. Strikes out for the second time. Hey, tomorrow, and yes, the Yankee road trip continues as the Bombers and Guardians kick off a three-game set in Cleveland. Now, please note the starting time. Pre-game coverage starts at 5:30 with first pitch scheduled for shortly after 6 on Yes and the Gotham Sports app. So it'll be a 6 o'clock start, right around 6:05 first pitch. Aaron Judge takes inside. Judge with a broken bat single his last time up. Grounded through the left side between Caminero and Caballero. With that single, Judge back to 400.
Couldn't imagine hitting 400 for a season.
No one's been able to since Ted Williams. Tony Gwynn and George Brett came close.
I remember Dusty Baker always tell me, I went 3 for 4. He's like, listen, you're going to sleep like Tony Gwynn tonight, because Tony Gwynn always hit 3 hits and 4 hits. So I said, you know what? I'm going to take that and run with it. Judge shaking his head right there. He had 2 pitches. He fouled right back. He knows he's just missing those pitches here. Look at this one. Oh, he got a hanger right where he likes it. Yep. Yeah, got away with 2. You see Judge do that a lot. He picks a little stone or a piece of dirt up, kind of gets his mind off things right there, throws it away, and get him back locked in. A lot of hitters do stuff like that. Some hitters look at their bat, kind of get a little focused down. I remember Evan Longoria with old Ray used to look at the foul pole. It was one of his things. Check the foul pole out, concentrate.
One of Judge's posted bat things is if he makes an out, he gets rid of the gum. Time for new gum.
All right. I think either way, got to get a new piece of gum that they have in their flavor.
Two and 2 on Judge. Struck out in the first, singled in the third. High fly ball. Simpson puts it away, and the Yankees go down in order against Pepio. We're halfway through. Yankees up by 2. Coverage cam, and we have it on Max Fried.
Yeah, he's after the first kind of came to his own a little bit. Fastball humped it up to 98 miles an hour, and then using that gold, making 2 very nice plays there, and then the big pickoff to limit any damage that the Rays had coming forth.
Curtis Meade swings at the first pitch and fouls it back as we start at the bottom of the 5th. 25 pickoffs for Fried since 2019. Only Patrick Corbin has had more. He has 26. And in fairness, Corbin's had a lot more base runners. Grounded foul. Does that mean?
Fair enough. Fairness. Fairness.
The 0-2. Drops that breaking ball in there at 76 miles an hour. Meade down looking. 5 called strikeouts today.
No, this is a bender. Catches the outer half there. Nice frame job by Wells. One of those unhittable pitches.
Tell you what, if hitters keep getting that called against them, they're going to go on benders. He has had a generous strike zone both ways,
especially on strike 3.
Yep. 2-0 on Jansen. He struck out looking in the second. Fried's pitch count in good shape, 56 pitches. Three one. Up, makes the seats over the Rays dugout, first base side.
Does he come back with that big bender, that big breaking ball here, or does he stick with the fastball? Last 2 have been pretty good pitches. As a hitter, you got to keep both of them in the back of your mind.
Takes the fastball high, so Jansen walks. Second walk issued by Fried. Hey fans, the Yes app has moved to the Gotham Sports app, your new home for streaming live Yankees games and so much more. free with an eligible TV provider subscription. Download the Gotham Sports app now or visit GothamSports.com to get streaming. Jake Mangum is at the plate. Cabrera in on the grass at third. Did he go? Yes, he did. Home plate umpire did not even check with John Bacon at first. Mangum's dad, John, played 9 years in the NFL for the Chicago Bears as a defensive back. And his final game of his career, he played across the street here at Raymond James Stadium. Fly ball right center, takes off, giving chase is Grisham, and he makes the play as he tumbles to the ground. Tagging and going to second, Jansen, and he is out for the double play. How about that defense?
Speechless. He just keeps on doing it. This ball takes off to the right, has to go get it. Half dive, gets on the ground, has to whereabouts. To throw to second base, bang, bang, play, doubled off. Man, this is what Gold does, Michael. Finding ways to get the job done.
Hey everybody, Bob Lorenz with your Audi update. Reds and Orioles all tied at 1 until the top of the third. Ellie De La Cruz hammers that one out to center field. That is gone, his 5th of the year, put the Reds up 2-1. That sparked a 7-run inning for the Reds. They lead the Orioles right now 8-1, top of the 4th, guys.
Well, thank you, Bob. We go to the 6th inning, and Cody Bellinger takes a strike to start it off. It'll be Bellinger, Goldschmidt, and Chisholm against Ryan Pepio. Yankees lead 2-0 on the Montefiore-Einstein scoreboard. 1-1. Crowd's still buzzing over that double play. Now, the Yankee defense has played very well, Todd, but boy, the Rays have run into a lot of outs on the bases.
They definitely have that, especially third base and now second base. Grisham has been phenomenal out there. What a play, too. The wind's knocking the ball down all the way to the right. Comes up firing as we see a top angle here. Again, ball not hit hard, but it was turning towards Bellinger. Has to dive, makes the catch. Jansen wasn't tagging.
Driven deep to right field off the bat of Bellinger. There it goes. See ya. A home run for Cody Bellinger. And the Yankees lead 3-0.
Boy, Michael, did he need that one, too. That ball was absolutely crushed to right field. Will this be the at-bat that gets him going? Puts the Yankees up 3-0.
Yankees 4 extra base hits today. 2 doubles, 2 home runs. They had 3 extra base hits in the first 3 games of the series combined. Ground ball, Meade will get Goldschmidt.
Check this out. He wants it in and up. It's right over the plate center. He knew it right when he hit it. Again, look how short that step towards the pitcher was, that front foot. Take the legs out of it and let the hands work. And they sure did right there. Watch the front foot. Nice and easy. Take the legs out of it, guys. Sometimes you do that. 2-strike approach. Yeah, put a smile on your face, big dog. That's a good one right there.
His first April home run. As Todd said, he certainly needed it. So he has 2 of the 3 ribbies in this game.
You know, you think back to the at-bat he got the RBI on. Hustled down to first base. Hit the ball hard, not exactly where he wanted to. Got the RBI in, kind of settled him just a little bit. As weird as that sounds.
I believe that ball that Bellinger hit on a bounce went on to Dale Mabry Boulevard, which runs parallel to the right field wall. No one was able to corral it, no fans, and it kept bouncing and then bounced onto the boulevard. 3-2 on Jazz Chisholm Jr. He's grounded out the second twice against Pepio. Fouled away. And the righty rocks and deals. Right field, Mangum puts it away. Take a trip around the league. Liam Hendriks activated yesterday, last pitch June 9th of 2023. Battling many health issues, and he's back, so great news there. Alex Verdugo's back in the big leagues, and he had 4 hits, 2 doubles in his second game with the Braves. Stephen Kwan this season in 20 games, .329 with 3 home runs. We'll see him tomorrow in Cleveland. Volpe swings and misses. We're in the 6th inning. Yankees lead 3-0. Take a look at what Volpe's looked at on StatCast 3D by Google Cloud. These are all the 4-seamers, Todd.
39 fastballs, 1 for 8 on those. And they're all been up, as you guys seen right there. Look at this.
Pepio fires on high, pulling Aranda off the bag. So Volpe will take the infield single.
Yeah, and just like that, a slider. And a little excuse me swing right there. Oh, he couldn't place it any better. It's a swinging bunt. Nice play there, though, by Pepio, just out of time. But again, you're getting fastballs and getting them up. Hard to hit fastballs up if your time's not right, but look at him hustle down there, taking a quick peek. Line drive in the books.
So Anthony, in his last 13 games coming into today, hitting .116, so he's 2 for 3. And that'll make that plane ride feel a little bit better for him. And another trip to the mound by Snyder. And Eric Orsi is warming.
It's a good opportunity here for Volpe to try and grab a base. Some might say, all right, we got a lefty up. They're holding the guy on at first. With 2 outs, changes everything. You want that guy to get to second base so you can get an opportunity to get an RBI in, especially with 2 outs.
Wells swings at the first pitch and lofts it to left field. Long run from Morel, and he makes the play as he runs into the wall on the screen and holds on. Christopher Morel records the 3rd out of the 6th. Hits into the wall, the screen, and then comes right back. This one's not coming back. Cody Bellinger with a long home run, his 2nd blast of the year. Yankees lead 3-0. Well, come celebrate Star Wars Day at Yankee Stadium on Sunday, May 4th. There'll be appearances by your favorite Star Wars characters, and the first 18,000 guests in attendance are going to receive a Giancarlo Stanton Jedi bobblehead. Tickets are going fast, so get your tickets today at Yankees.com, and may the 4th be with you. There's a line on Max Fried, just 2 walks. A couple of hitters to reach on errors by Cabrera. And there's a strike to Caballero.
I think that's the big difference. He could throw that curveball anytime in the count. and to get that over for a first pitch strike, and he can do whatever he really needs to.
Caballero with a ground ball of Volpe in the third. Grounded foul. Played by the bat boy. So 64 pitches for Fried as he starts the 6th inning, 1-2 count. Two and two. Eight, 9, and 1 for the Rays against Fried this inning. And now the count goes full. And here's the payoff. Volpe charges. One down.
Good reaction there by Volpe, seeing the high bounce, and then again that second hop kind of staying down, so he had to backhand it and stay low to the ground. Catch, one step, throw. He's solid out there.
Now here's Simpson. Yankees guarding against the bunt with Cabrera on the dirt over third, or on the grass now. Breaking ball is a strike. Simpson grounded out to first in the third inning. There was a foot race between Fried and Simpson, and a good feed by Goldschmidt. One and one.
See, this is a guy right here too. If I'm Goldschmidt a little bit, I'm probably moving up a couple steps just in case. Lefty pitcher, you bring the bunt with you. Anything's possible with this guy.
Check out the Optimum Don't Take Slow for an answer replay.
As you can see here, broken bat, and look at him go. Max said, you know what, I'm fast too. Just gets there just in time with his right foot. Tried getting him out twice there, Michael.
The 2-1, 2-2. Simpson, 104 stolen bases at 2 levels last year in the minors, over 110 games, A and Double A. Hit .355. 1 home run, but it was an inside the park home run. So he's got blinding speed. This one's going to be tough, and it's booted by Goldschmidt. So Simpson will reach. It's going to be interesting to see how they score it, because even if he makes the play, it would have been a very tough, close play at first.
Yeah, Max got a late jump there. Look at him racing. That would have been very close. And the ball took a weird hop, too.
And it scored in E3.
Yeah, look at him get out of the box, too. He can run. Ball took that hop right there.
So let's see if he exhibits that speed right now. And Fried has a great move to first. See that slow leg kick right there, try to throw off the timing of Simpson. So in a game where the Rays have not picked up a hit, that scored in E3, that will be examined according to how this game ends up. Driven out into left center field. Long run for Grisham. He makes the play. And Simpson heads back to first.
It's hard being a scorekeeper, huh?
That's a tough one to call. I'm sure the Yankees and Fried are thrilled it's an E3. Even Goldschmidt's happy it's an E3. I'll make a prediction, Todd. If there is another hit, they will change that to a hit. I don't think they want to have the first hit be bad. No. Although an official scorer shouldn't think like that.
No. Should take everything into account. The guy can fly. Yeah, it was a bad hop. I mean, you tell Goldschmidt, he said he should have made that play. Yep, ball came up just a little bit. Got the bottom part of the hand, wrist area. In real time, it's an error. But also, you got to see who's running and how Max got off the mound. There's a lot of different things.
So here is Caminero. Dives back. And again, he chases Simpson back. So now Simpson has the advantage. 2 throws over. Next one, you either get him or it's a balk. A little dramatic fall back there by Caminero. What are we doing, Todd?
Pretty close to being a strike right there. That's been called a strike today.
Two 2-0.
See, and here's the big thing. He hasn't done that in the stretch yet. That slow raising of the knee. So his mind is on Simpson a little bit. Up 3 runs, attack the hitter here. If he steals, he steals at the end of the day.
High fly ball, right center. And Bellinger calls off Grisham to make the play. 1 error, 1 man left. We'll go to the 7th. Time to Name That Yankee, brought to you by Prevagen, made for your brain. 177 saves, 2.91 ERA, made 1 All-Star team. Played on a lot of teams, played on the Yankees twice. Name That Yankee. Played for the Rays in 21. We are here in Tampa, Florida, George M. Steinbrenner Field. New pitcher for the Rays, Eric Orsi. Pepia went 6. Here's a fun fact. Last night, the Rays AAA team playing the Yankees AAA team. So it's Durham against Scranton Wilkes-Barre. And the Rays AAA team no-hit the Yankees AAA team. And we know what's going on here now. On the big league level, Max Fried is yet to allow a hit through 6. 0-1 on Dominguez. 1-1. So if someone from your family is a baseball fan and they're out doing an Easter egg hunt, might be time to tell them to get back to the TV.
The 1 day out of the year. Got to look for those eggs.
That's right.
Put it on pause. We'll come back.
Drill to right field. That is going to be a base hit past the diving Mangum. Dominguez going for 2. The throw is not in time. Then he overslides the bag, and he's out on the tag by Caballero.
No argument there. Let's see the throw here. Did he get him on? Oh, he actually got him on the first one, and then he popped right off. Oh, nothing he could do right there. He might have gotten him on this right here. I think you're right. Got him out twice.
But the umpire did call him safe on the initial tag and then out on the overslide.
How many assists have we seen from both these
Unbelievable.
Dove came up firing.
So they do score that a double, and he's out 9-6. Cabrera's 1 for 2. A double, a run scored, and a strikeout looking. 2-1 pitch. That one is looped into left center field, and it's going to be caught by Simpson, who got a good jump. It's time for the Audi Electric Moment. Experience a fully electric Audi vehicle at your local Tri-State Audi dealer today.
Look at Grisham going to get this one. Takes an unorthodox route, but finds a way to dive, catch it. Nice little tumble right there. He seems to come up with a play every game he's out there in center field. Nothing gets by him.
Grisham led off the game with a home run. Struck out his next 2 times up. One and 0. The home run, his 6th. He has 13 ribbies. He is 4 for 10 in this series.
Well, that was a good changeup right there. That's one of his better pitches. That's pulling the string right there.
Let's take a look at the exit velocity presented by Spectrum on the Grisham home run, 102.5. Exit velocity traveled 368 feet. Two and 2 on Grisham. Top of the 7th inning, Yankees lead 3-0. Swing and a miss. Grisham down on strikes. Time for the 7th inning stretch.
With you and Flash, we've seen great stuff from Max Fried, seen his greatest stuff so far.
Yeah, Bob, we talked before this game how this game was a test for the Yankees, also a test for Max Fried, and being the #1 starter, the responsibility that comes with that. Well, 6 shutout innings, keeping the ball on the ground, only a couple of strikeouts, has not given up a hit yet. That's what a #1 guy does after a tough loss yesterday.
All right, guys, look forward to seeing you on the postgame. We'll break it all down. Let's get it back to you at George M. Steinbrenner Field.
Well, thank you, Bob and John. 3-7-3 for the Yanks, and you see zeros across for Tampa Bay. Fried, 6 innings, no hits. He's walked 2, struck out 2. Grisham and Bellinger with home runs. Pepio lasted 6, pitched pretty well. Rays offense 3 runs or fewer in 4 of the last 5 games. Ford scoreboard, 3-0 Yankees, and it'll be the meat of the order for the Rays, 3, 4, and 5 against the Yankees veteran left-hander. He is their ace with the injury to Garrett Cole. Yankees signed him to an 8-year contract as a free agent. And this is what we've seen from him today. He's been great all year, and today, more of the same.
Yeah, he just steps up every single time here. 98 fastball. He also has that in the tank. And he's been using his defense, too. Not only his team, but him as well. Any little chopper in the middle infield, he comes and gets it. And that big old Uncle Charlie, as we call it, has been absolutely fascinating.
All right, so to be Aranda, Morel, and Meade here in the 7th against Fried. The Yankees have committed 3 errors behind Max Fried. He has also walked 2, so there have been 5 base runners. But he has pitched around it, finishes his warm-ups, and now he's ready to go in the bottom of the 7th inning. Aranda, one of the walks. He walked in the 1st inning, then grounded to short in the 4th. Yankees looking to take 3 out of 4 before they head to Cleveland for a 3-game set against the Guardians to end the road trip. It's a 7-game road trip, 2 cities. Aranda jumps on the first pitch and pops it up. Volpe battling the sun with the bare hand, puts it away. 1 pitch, 1 out.
And that's a big one right there, Michael, too. First pitch, he's been throwing that breaking ball, too, as well. Volpe gets a laugh. That's a big out there as he's moving along in this game.
Just 78 pitches for Fried, 1 out here in the 7th. And that brings up Morel. He wrapped into a 6-4-3 double play in the 1st, then reached on an E5 in the 2nd, then was picked off. That one's drilled deep to left field, but foul. So the E5 got him to second base, and then he was quickly picked off on a perfect throw by Fried to Chisholm. Rays have had 1 runner in scoring position.
And this guy right here, Morel, you don't have to throw him strikes. He's striking out 5 times already in this series. Find a way to get the ball in and out of the zone. He will swing, as you saw at the first pitch.
1-1 count on the Rays left fielder. Shallow center field. Who's going to get it? Chisholm's going to get it. Oh, what a play by Jazz Chisholm. 2 outs.
This is just unbelievable, Michael. He's playing up the middle. No way Volpe can get there. Jazz is the closest. Lays out for his guy. Unbelievable. Volpe with the fist pump, too. They know. They understand the severity. Off the end. You hear him scream end. Let's see it. Oh, yeah. He didn't know at first, but he knew after that.
Beautiful play by Jazz Chisholm Jr. So 2 down here in the 7th.
Who's next, Michael? Who's going to make the next best play here? Oh, that was beautiful.
Here's Curtis Meade. And it's a strike. Meade's 0 for 2. Now 0-2 on the Rays' second baseman. Crowd knows what's going on. And the pitch fouled away.
96 right there. Still has some giddy up. Good spot, too, on the inner half.
And the pitch. 1-2. Home plate umpire Adam Beck dusting off home plate to give Wells a little time to regroup. And the 1-2. 2-2. Crowd riding with every pitch here. Another sellout at Steinbrenner Field on this Easter Sunday.
He's been trying to come in on these last couple pitches here. Does he stay in? Try and flip that curveball on the outer half.
Skied the other way and make the seats out of play.
Got away with that one, too. Tried coming in, left that fastball out over.
The left-hander makes the call of the pitch. Rocks and deals. Another foul ball. Takes a little walk on the backside of the mound. Now back atop the rubber. Did he go? No.
Think it hit him?
It had to because the count was 2-2. Yep.
Right on the back foot.
Meade has seen 23 of Fried's 89 pitches in his 3 at-bats.
They were looking in the Rays dugout. So, did he call a hit by pitch? We don't know yet here.
Call on the field is no hit by pitch. Tampa Bay challenge.
So then why would he be taking first base?
As an umpire, you tell him, hey, you got to hold up here. Hold on a second. I got no hit by pitch, but this one looks like it'll easily be overturned. I mean, it's a tough view for the umpire to see that as well. Let's see. Yeah, right off the top of the foot. Close to going, too.
After review, the batter was hit by the pitch. Call on the field is overturned. The batter is awarded first base. Tampa Bay retains their challenge.
So that was Dan Iasonia on the mic. The crew chief is the one who makes the announcement to the crowd. So this will be the 90th pitch for Fried. And here's Jansen. Outside. 98 pitches, season high for Fried. 110 is his career high. So the pitch counter might be more of an opponent right now than the Rays. 1-1.
Yeah, I think you cross that bridge once you get there. And you understand 110 pitches is a lot. You got to see how he feels as he's going along here. See what he does this last batter, too.
Meade leads off first. Fly ball, right field. Bellinger puts it away. Max Fried, 7 no-hit innings here in Tampa. We go to the 8th. Yanks up 3-0. Well, congratulations to Aaron Judge on being voted the Montefiore Einstein Player of the Week. What a week it was. 480, 3 extra base hits, 5 ribbies, an OPS of 1.261. We might have to rename the award after him. He leads off. So last year, Todd, Max Fried went 7 innings at Citi Field. That was last May 11th without allowing a hit. But the pitch count monster got him. Joe Jimenez pitched the hitless 8th, and Racel Iglesias pitched the 9th. But with 2 outs in the 9th inning, J.D. Martinez hit a home run to break up the combined no-hitter. And now all of this is on the shoulders of Aaron Boone. With Garrett Cole out for the year, Max Fried is the ace of this team. We told you his career high with pitches is 110. I think they're going to tread very carefully, Todd.
Yeah, it's a tough one because how many times you get these opportunities?
Yep.
And you got to see how he feels. You got to take everything into account here. The weather, the pitches. You just think if he's feeling okay, you got to let him go.
It's situations like this that really almost makes a manager hope for an infield single. So that takes the onus off of him. But I think that Boone has to look at the bigger picture and probably will. And I don't know if they're going to push him. We'll see. Driven deep to left field. Fair ball, it's gone. It is a foul ball. Just foul. A bullet down the line.
You talk about reaching out and touching someone right there. That was a swing, boy.
The call on the field is foul ball. This is a crew chief review.
Crew chief review. I hope they have an angle here to look. Tough to see from our angle. You think about, as we watch this swing. Man, that ball was hit really far. And you think about it in a Major League stadium. The foul pole, let's see here. Oh, my.
Wow.
From that angle.
And in a Major League ballpark, Todd, the foul pole is much higher.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to get to before I saw that. I mean, that angle there, it's not straight on. But to me, I mean, that could have just wrapped around. I know Judge doesn't like to stare at his home runs, but that's one right there. He could have just sat there and kind of looked for himself. Look at there.
See, from that angle, it looks fair, right? Into the trees.
Oh, my God. I mean, most of those trees are in fair territory, too.
I'm a big proponent. Top of the foul pole.
After review, call on the field stands. The foul ball.
They have it. Top of the foul pole. Lasers.
Lasers, yeah, something.
So easy.
I mean, from that angle there, I'm not sure.
I just don't think they had a replay that was definitive enough for them to call it fair. I think if it was called fair off the bat, they wouldn't have something that could call it foul either.
Agreed. I'm looking at Luis Rojas at third, too. He's not really complaining that much.
Strike three. So from what would have been a long home run, he strikes out looking, does not like that call, and he tells Adam Beck quickly out of the dugout, and Aaron Boone just got thrown out because he got out of the dugout in a hurry to protect Judge, and he's been complaining the entire game about Beck's strike zone.
Yeah, I think he's still mad about the home run call, too. That was foul.
Yeah, that's who he's going to argue with now, Scott Barry.
Now, there's been some calls, too, today that have been very suspect, too, in the strike zone. This is going to be a good one here.
So Aaron Boone gets tossed. Judge hardly ever talks to the home plate umpire. When he did, Boone got out of the dugout quickly because he didn't want Judge thrown out. Then he got thrown out instead.
Let's see where this pitch.
Right there.
Paint. I think it's more frustration knowing. I mean, look where this ball is. It's already past the foul pole. It lands foul. Oh, man. That's a missed call. Let's just be honest. Michael, that's a fair ball.
From that angle, it looks fair. But again, that's not right directly down the line, so. Ground ball off the bat of Bellinger around the fields. 2 away. So Adam Beck, 6 called strikeouts, 4 on the Yankees.
A fast and reliable connection backed by a 100% U.S.-based workforce. So you get the best customer service experience possible. Spectrum.
So Aaron Boone's first ejection of the season, and he got his money's worth, arguing with the home plate umpire and the third base umpire, arguing 2 calls. Goldschmidt fouls it away. Goldschmidt 0 for 3. So any decision that's going to be made on Max Fried staying in or going for some history is going to be made from the runway.
Or the office.
Although the office is too far away here in this ballpark.
You can easily take a jog, walk up.
Brad Ausmus, the acting manager, he's Aaron Boone's bench coach. Foul ball. Goldschmidt has struck out twice today in 3 at-bats. And the pitch. Hit sharply, a base hit. 24th single of the year for Goldschmidt. So he's on with 2 outs for Chisholm.
He wasn't leaving this game without getting his signature single right there. A little changeup, stayed up, not getting it by that veteran hitter right there.
I'm not sure what Chisholm is asking for.
He needs the bat boy.
Guess he wants to get some dirt out of his spikes. And Chisholm made the best defensive play so far in the 7 no-hit innings.
They're going and getting that ball. Understanding there might be the center fielder Grisham coming in hard. You're running through a wall right now in the 7th inning, going and getting that one. Very nice play.
Runner goes. The throw to second, not in time. Dropped by Caballero on a stolen base for Goldschmidt.
Sneaky, very sneaky speed right there. Great jump.
There's nobody warming for the Yankees in their bullpen. Time is called by Chisholm. Having problems with the spikes. One and one. Good changeup. Garrett Clevenger is warming for the Rays. Warzy in his 2nd inning of work in relief of Pepio. 1 and 2. Grounded foul outside of first. Nervous time here in Tampa, Florida. Yankees lead 3-0. Max Fried is yet to allow a hit through 7. When do players start paying attention? 6th inning or 7th?
It just depends. I would say after the 5th, I'm like, here we go. I'm geared up for it. But when the 6 and 7 start creeping up, you're like, all right. It's like a whole new ball game.
That becomes a game within the game, and it might even supersede the game. The decision and whether or not it happens. 3-2 on Chisholm. Ground ball to first. Aranda will step on the bag, and that'll do it. No runs a hit, no errors, and 1 man left. Will go to the bottom of the 8th. You see the line, and no, you didn't miss a batter. I am absolutely flabbergasted, ladies and gentlemen. The official scorer here at Steinbrenner Field, a man by the name of Bill Matthews, has changed the Simpson E3 into a hit while the Yankees are in the dugout. Just unfathomable. Either you call it when it happens, you don't wait 3 innings to go by. It's just unbelievable. And there is Bill Matthews, and he's going to have a lot of questions thrown at him, and he's going to have to give some pretty good answers, because I can't believe that this just happened.
No, and that's the problem. It's one of those situations you got to stick with what you put up, and that's frustrating part right now. Max Fried's pitching an absolute gem. It was an error on Goldschmidt. You know, you look back on it after the game, but right now that's something that you don't do.
Once you don't call it a hit in the 6th inning, we said they probably change it to a hit if there was a legitimate hit, but you almost have to stay with your call at that point. To take a no-hitter away from a guy after 7 innings with an official scoring change, unbelievable, just unbelievable.
Yeah, or don't put anything up until the inning's over, then take 2 or 3 other looks at it. This is a tough one.
There's a legitimate base hit. So the 1 hitter is broken up. Let's put it that way. A base hit from Mangum. And here's the call that was changed, Todd.
Yeah, he reached out, touched him. Ball took a weird hop on Goldschmidt. Don't know what will happen once he fields it. Again, Simpson, really fast runner, understandably. Most likely right there, probably would have beat him to first base. Well, you go with the call that was made in that inning.
All he had to do is wait 1 batter. If Mangum had gotten the hit, then you say, oh, by the way, that E3 has changed to a hit. The 1-0. And here's the legitimate base hit. Pitch up in the zone.
That's all it was. Fastball up in the zone, out over. Didn't get it inside.
Well, now the Yankees have to concentrate on winning the game. High fly ball, shallow right field. Chisholm makes the play. 1 down. Fernando Cruz is warming for the Yankees. Devin Williams likely not available. Luke Weaver likely not available. Lighter pitch yesterday as well as did Hamilton and Gomez. Here's Simpson.
You got to think here with his speed, any ball hit to first base, Goldschmidt, you are thinking second base if you have to come off that bag any further than 2 or 3 steps.
They get 1, and that's all they get. As Simpson reaches, we'll take a look at the bullpen budget brought to you by Citizens. Make sense of your money with Citizens. They've used the bullpen a lot in this 4-game set. You just see yesterday Hamilton threw 25, Williams 22. Weaver, they don't like to use somebody 3 days in a row. So Fernando Cruz is ready. And that is going to do it for Max Fried. An absolutely brilliant performance here on this Easter Sunday. And Fried gets a standing ovation from the sellout crowd. Well deserved. Fried, he allows 2 hits, asterisk, over 7 2/3 innings, and turns it over to Fernando Cruz to face Yandy Diaz.
Yeah, they needed that too. I mean, we talked about the bullpen in the beginning of the game. If he can go 6 or 7 2/3, special day for him today.
Pitch outside.
We know what Cruz brings to that table, that good split finger fastball with a 4-seamer.
Runner goes, and the throw goes into center field. A stolen base for Simpson, his first big league stolen base. We told you he stole 104 last year in 2 levels of the minors.
It didn't get the best jump, but his gaining speed is really good. You're going to see a lot of those over the next years.
So now a runner in scoring position. 2-0 count on Diaz. Three and 0. According to Newsday's Eric Bowen, the scorer, Bill Matthews, changed it to a base hit because it was, quote, very apparent, close quote, the runner would have gotten to the bag first. Very apparent shouldn't take 2 innings, right?
No, it should have taken him literally the next batter to see that. And we all pretty much saw that too, right off the bat.
And that's inside as Diaz works a walk. Here's that play again.
And right off the end of the bat. Very much so. I mean, we've seen it a bunch of times now. Again, you got to take in consideration the bad hop. But at the same time, he is fast. He would have beat him there. It shouldn't take that long to make that decision. And if you stick with one player, one call, you got to stick with it, and then you go over it after the game if that's a possibility.
Isn't it ironic, though, Todd, that on Easter Sunday, a bad hop is what broke up the no-hitter?
Hippity hoppity, yes.
Wow. Tell you what, I mean, fans sitting there in the, they're home, they probably open up chips. I'm going to watch a no-hitter. The fans here, what a letdown to lose it that way.
Yeah.
I mean, just brutal.
You heard the crowd, too.
There was no announcement. They put up a 1 in the hit column out in left center field, and everybody groaned. They didn't know what happened. So now Cruz has to bear down because Caminero comes up as the tying run. First and second, 2 men out. And the key with Cruz is to get ahead early so he can use that splitter. Big cut, trying to tie it up right there, and there's that splitter.
Yeah, as you see from the first pitch, as you got Mr. Tim Hill warming up there in the bullpen, you see from that first pitch, it looked like an auto taker. He was looking for the slow boy. Then threw him the split. He was on time, just on top.
So 1 and 2 on Caminero. Tampa sky. Volpe makes the play, and Cruz gets out of trouble. The whole arc of this day changed by the official score. Bill Matthews here in Tampa. No-hitter, but the Yankees are leading 3-0. Mike Previgen, made for your brain. Those are the clues, and he's a heck of a pitcher. This is his first year out of the game. You have any idea?
I don't, man. I'm so bad at this.
You're going to know. David Robertson.
Oh, that's my guy.
Heck of a pitcher. What a career, and he can still pitch.
Surprised he still hasn't landed with somebody.
Yeah.
Nasty cutter.
So Garrett Clevenger takes over for the Rays to pitch the 9th inning. And it'll be Volpe, Wells, and Dominguez. And there's a little bit of a problem there with the pitch com between innings. Max Fried gets congratulations from his teammates. And what a performance by him. And if the bullpen can hold on, he goes to 4-0. And in his 5 starts, the Yankees have won all 5. Very definition of an ace.
Very definition. I mean, he did it with the Braves. He's done it so far with the Yankees here. A big plus. Huge acquisition in the offseason. You know, not knowing, you don't think Garrett Cole's going to get hurt, but at the same time, to have 2 aces is great, but now having this guy understanding, knowing he's going to have to step up once again, it's been phenomenal.
9th game for Clevenger. They finally have the pitch com problems worked out. And Volpe swings and misses. Yankees will try to add on to the 3-run lead. 3-0 they're up. Volpe 2 for 3 today. A double and a slow roller up the third baseline. Oh, 0-2. Shortstop, Caballero. Gets Volpe, 1 away. Take a look at the upcoming schedule, brought to you by your local Tri-State Buick dealers. Yankees head to Cleveland after this game, a 3-game set against the Guardians. Note the start time on Wednesday, 1:10. Also Monday and Tuesday, 6:10 first pitches. Thursday's off. Then the Blue Jays come to town for 3, and the Orioles. A 3-game set. Here's Austin Wells. Driven out to left field. Going back, Morrell. Going back. Looking up. See ya. A home run the other way for Wells. Showing Oppo power. 4-0 Yanks.
Little insurance right there. Sneak it over the left field wall. Got a fastball out over. He's been swinging it well, too. Gets that foot down. Barrel to the ball. You know, those balls, you don't know whether they're going out or not. But you get it in the air high enough, and next thing you know, another insurance run there for the Yankees.
I'll tell you what, he does damage against Tampa Bay. This is his 10th game, and he's now 9 for 30. Came in with a .424 on-base percentage against the Rays. Dominguez swinging from the right side against the lefty, down in the count 0-2. So 4-0 Yankees here in the 9th inning. Center field, moving back Simpson. As Dominguez hit it well for the second out. Now let's manage a little. It's not a save situation. Cruz got the final out. Do you keep him in to try to get 3 more outs, or do you bring in Hill? Because your bullpen's a little light now because of overuse.
Yeah, I think you keep Cruz in there. I think you do. He looked pretty good there. You know, you have the 2 lefties in the back end there just in case. Give him a try. He's been doing pretty well.
Mike Harkey just relaxing. They're letting Cabrera bat from the right side. He's 1 for 3 today. Including today, last 10 games, he's 11 for 33. He has made 2 errors today, 2 throws. Clevenger throws hard, 97 miles an hour on that one. And the pitch. Foul ball on the check swing. So we look ahead to the bottom of the ninth. It's going to be Aranda, Morel, and Meade. That's 3, 4, and 5 in Tampa Bay's order. Swing and a miss. Cabrera down on strikes, but the Yankees get an insurance run on the Wells home run. 3 outs to go to win 3 out of 4. Yes is brought to you in part by Bet365. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. By Nissan. At Nissan, we make cars that thrill. Experience the thrill for yourself today. Shop NissanUSA.com. And by Untuckit, find the perfect fit today at Untuckit.com or more than 80 stores worldwide. Quite a Sunday here in Tampa as the Yankees lead 4-0, trying to take 3 out of 4 from the Rays. And Fernando Cruz in a taxed bullpen will try to get what will turn out to be the final 4 outs. He's already gotten 1 to finish the 8th. Now he needs 3 more in the 9th. One and 0. Aranda is 0 for 2 with a walk. Cruz picked up his first Yankee save with 2 innings in the series against the Royals in the Bronx. He was overjoyed about that. Has a chance to pick up another save. Now Tim Hill is loosening up in the bullpen just in case. Upstairs, 3-1.
Yeah, the last thing you want is to get a base runner on and get the wheels moving here. 3-1. Give him a pitch to hit. Whatever he does with it, it's just fine. Let him put the ball in play and let the defense do their job.
There's a strike. Aranda walking toward first base, about to take off his elbow guard.
Outside fastball. Pretty good pitch.
And here's the payoff. He bounced the splitter up there to walk Aranda. Well, fans, after the final out, get highlights, analysis, clubhouse interviews, and we'll hear from the manager. Plus, a look ahead to the series with the Guardians. That's all coming up on the W.B. Mason Yankees postgame. Well, that's not the way you want to start the 9th inning. With a 4-run lead, Aranda works to walk. And here's Christopher Morel. Did he go? No, he did not. Count 1-0.
Trying to get a feel for that split finger. Just hit your spot with a fastball, inside, outside. You know he's going to swing here pretty soon.
Like that, fouled it away, 1-1. Morel is 0 for 3, robbed of a hit while the no-hitter was still going on a brilliant play in left center field by Jazz Chisholm Jr. Diving play. Lays off the splitter, 2-2. And the pitch. High splitter, and a count 3-2. Now you're really teetering on nail biting time if this guy gets on. Ball 4. After what happened in yesterday's game, it's hard not to have flashbacks if you're a Yankee fan or if you're the Yankees in that dugout right now. And again, a compromised bullpen because of this. All the guys that have been used so much, other than Fried, nobody's giving you 7+. Rodon gives you 6, but a lot of the starters went short. And there are a lot of innings and outs to chew up, so they don't have many options out there today.
Yeah, and if you think about this, he went 5 straight splitters. You'd like to see him mix a fastball in and then eventually through the fastball. Hasn't thrown it in a while, so finding it over the zone just off the plate. Up 4 runs. You got to let the other team beat you with the bat.
So Matt Blake goes out, has a talk with Cruz, trying to talk him through it. Aaron Boone was ejected by the home plate umpire Adam Beck in the 8th inning on a called 3rd strike against Judge, and also a home run that was called foul. So Brett Ausmus is the acting manager right now, but Boone is within distance to communicate for sure. Here's Meade. Oh, 1. Meade 0 for 2 and was hit by a pitch. First and second, nobody out here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Yankees up 4-0. Rolled foul. Two. Strike 3. There's the splitter. 1 away.
And once you get ahead with that splitter, then you can start getting nasty with it. Starting a little lower. It looks like a fastball. Comes right down in the bottom of the zone. 3 pitches. That's a big out there for Cruz.
Talking to Boone yesterday, he said that he and Ausmus have been keeping track. He said the splitter from Cruz has caused 25 swings that they've never seen swings that bad in their entire big league careers, where you miss the ball by that much.
I would have had a couple of those if I was playing too.
Pitch to Jansen is outside.
You see, he's not finding that fastball for strikes, so as a hitter, easier said than done. You kind of want to sit slower because you know he's going to throw you 2 or 3, maybe more split fingers.
Can they turn it into 2? There's 1. And there's 2. And there's the ball game as the Yankees win 4-0. Max Fried, flinch with a no-hitter and loses it during a commercial break. The Yankees get 3 home runs, and they take 3 out of 4 here in Tampa.
Max Fried, absolutely dynamite today. Came out strong, was working every different angle, man. He came out as the ace, as they know he is. And look at this right here. Fastball, beautiful play. 6-4-3, smooth as silk. Let's see what Cruz thinks about this one again, watching. Oh, yeah. Boom. Yeah, that's him. There you go. Let him hit. Good job by him today at the end.
Second save for Cruz. And the Yankees start off the road trip taking 3 out of 4 from Tampa Bay, and they will head to Cleveland for 3 against the Guardians. Big day all around. We'll come back and recap and then have the postgame after that. It's time for the Cadillac drive of the game, Todd.
Well, started off in the first inning. First batter, third pitch. Got a 2-0 count. Trent Grisham, first time he's led off as a Yankee. Say, you know what? I like it here. I'm going to go deep. Big home run to start the game, and that's all they really needed.
And held up 4-9-2 for the Yankees. They go 14-8. The Rays 0-2-0. Time of the game 2:39. Fried 4-0. Fernando Cruz the second save. Pepio his third loss. Fried went 7 2/3. Tampa Bay shut out for the third time in the last 5 games. The Yankees had 3 home runs, Bellinger and Wells, along with Grisham. Coming up on the Yes Network, stay tuned for the WB Mason postgame show with Bob Lorenz and John Flaherty. Special thanks to producer Troy Benjamin, director Michael Cooney, Mike Webb, and the executive producer is Jared Ames Boschnack. Join us again tomorrow as the Yankees head to Cleveland for an ALCS rematch against the Guardians. Coverage begins at 5:30 on Yes, with first pitch coming shortly after 6. Again, the final score, the New York Yankees 4 and the Tampa Bay Rays 0. For Todd Frazier and Meredith Moragovitz, I'm Michael Kay saying see ya from George M. Steinbrenner Field in Tampa, Florida. Now let's go to Bob Lorenz and John Flaherty, standing by in our Yes Network studios with the postgame show. Guys?
Hey everybody, it's great to have you with us on the WB Mason postgame. Bob Lorenz and John Flaherty with you. Final game in Tampa, and the Yankees win it by a final count of 4-0 for Max Fried. It was the no-hitter that became a non-no-hitter. But that story aside, it was a terrific performance. Let's get your Hyundai opening comment.
Amazing performance by Max Fried. We talked before this game. I felt like it was a test for the Yankees as a club on how they were going to respond. 3 home runs, 4 runs on the board. But the story of the game is Max Fried being the #1 guy in the Yankee rotation, going out there and pitching 7 2/3 shutout innings. But the story involved in that story is the no-hitter that didn't end up being a no-hitter. The official score changing the infield hit after 2 innings. I've never seen that before in a no-hitter. Obviously, I've seen official scorers change their decisions during a game, but you have to kind of shake your head on 2 innings later. Right. You change this in between innings, and then Max Fried goes out there in the 8th inning. Did he know that the decision was changed? Did he not know? We're going to have to find out about that, because Magnum comes up to lead off the 8th, a solid base hit. It felt to me like it was a letdown, and I just feel like the official score let everybody down today.
We're going to hear from Aaron Boone, Max Fried, and Austin Wells coming up in just a bit. But let's take a look at Fried today. He's the optimum player of the game. And it didn't start out that neat. It was a little messy. E5 and a walk, but he gets out of it in the first.
The story of the day for me was not Max Fried striking out people. Max Fried keeping the Rays on the ground. A nice 6-4-3 double play. Nice play by Goldschmidt again. And then you fast forward. Danny Jansen gets locked up on a 98-mile-an-hour fastball. The fastball played up a little bit today. The changeup, Max Fried, the Gold Glover, makes it look easy.
Really nice 1-2-3 inning in the second. Then bottom of the third, Chandler Simpson, he has speed. Keep that in mind. Slow roller to Goldschmidt, gets it over covering. It's the step on the bag and the tag, so you don't get credit for 2 outs, but he's getting the job done. Bottom 4, this is a great move.
It's a great timing play, and if you watch Austin Wells behind the plate, he closes the glove. That tells Max Fried that's the time to deliver to second base. Yankees had something on Morel, because that was before a pitch was even thrown.
Monster breaking ball on Curtis Mead, leading off the 5th, and runner on first, Jake Mangum, the batter, skies one to center. Good work here by Trent Grisham, and then a double play.
Yeah, the winds are an issue the whole time at Steinbrenner Field, but I don't know what Danny Jansen is thinking right here. A bunch of bad base running plays by the Rays in this series.
Inning-ending double play. The bottom of the 6th. This is the one here, Flash. that was originally ruled an E3.
And again, Goldsmith can't come up with it. But, Bob, both you and I thought right away this should be an infield hit because there's no way that Max Fried was going to beat Simpson to the bag. You're going to see it here. Simpson has it by a step or two. That play would not have been completed. It should have been called an infield hit. It was ruled an error.
All right, so at this point, it's still a no-hitter. Bottom 7, 1-1 count to Morrell. Pops one. Great play defensively there by Jazz Chisholm Jr. to, again, keep intact what we thought was the no-hitter. And then Danny Jansen, 2 outs in the inning. He's going to pop a changeup up to Bellinger in right. He'll make the play to end the inning. But between innings, that's where we saw that the official score changed it from an E to a hit.
There it is. It's changed. The hit is up there now. Did Max Fried know that when he went out on the mound to start the 8th inning? We're going to find out. But the first batter, a 3-1 count. That's a legitimate line drive right back up the middle. Possibility. Obviously, no hitter was done anyway. But you just feel like maybe there was a letdown right there. But at the end of the day, 7 2/3 shutout. Saved the bullpen again. Only one reliever, Cruz, had to come in this game. That's why he's a #1. That's why he got paid the big bucks.
Big-time performance. 2 hits, no runs allowed over 7 2/3. And this season so far, Max Fried is 4-0 with a 1.42 ERA. He struck out 30. That was the interesting thing. 2 starts ago, Flash, 11 strikeouts. Last start, 7 strikeouts. Today, just 2, but he kept piling up outs.
Yeah, we're still learning about this guy, Bob. Right? I think now we're starting to rely on him or know that he takes the responsibility of being the #1 guy very seriously. But he can do it in so many different ways. I think of him as a big 12-6 curveball strikeout pitcher. Today, he didn't have that. It was more cutters, 4-seamers, sinkers, a good changeup. The curveball was there, but it wasn't a big-time weapon. And he was just putting the Rays on the ground all day long. Again, the Yankees played a good defensively game, except Cabrera at third base. He's got some throwing issues going on right now, and you wonder if there are some gremlins in his head about that. But the Yankees defensively have been outstanding all year long. And when you have somebody like Fried out on the mound who's getting the Rays on the ground, they were up to the task.
Yeah, overall defensively really good in this 4-game series and winning 3 of 4. And they got back to hitting home runs today. They had 3. Let's take a look at our turning points of the game, brought to you by Montefiore Einstein, the official hospital of the New York Yankees. And it started, as they say, right from the jump with Trent Grisham leading off.
Yeah, and the first time leading off as a Yankee. He's led off plenty of times in his career, but that's what a leadoff guy you love, when he can put the ball in the seats and give you a 1-0 lead. Grisham stays hot.
3rd pitch of the game, and then Bellinger up in the 6th. Good to see him powering up.
He needed this. I mean, the swings have been a little awkward. He needed to square one up. A deep, deep home run to right center field on a 1-2 fastball. 3-0 Yankees.
And then in a 3-0 game, Austin Wells, top of the 9th, a little oppo power.
Bob, I'll also say I think Wells needed this, especially against the lefty, to stay back and drive that ball well out at Steinbrenner Field. I mean, you're just looking for a few confidence swings from some guys struggling, and they got it today.
Only starter that didn't get a hit in this one was Jazz Chisholm Jr., who went 0 for 4, but the Yankees spreading around 2 doubles, 3 home runs of their 9 hits. Again, we saw Wells go deep, but he paired beautifully with Max Fried today. Let's hear from Wells on the field with Meredith Marakovitz.
Austin, what made Max Fried so dominant this afternoon?
He was all over the zone. He was aggressive, and the defense played lights out today. So, it was a great combination for him, and he had a great outing.
When he can dial it up to 98 like he did on the strikeout in the 2nd inning with Jansen, and then drop in that 76-mile-an-hour curveball, how deadly a combination is that?
Yeah, I wouldn't want to face him with that combination. So I think anytime you can create a difference like that in speed, it's going to be a good result. So for him to have those weapons plus 6 other pitches, it really adds up well for him.
It looked like he had a no-hitter heading into that 8th inning. When did you realize that they had made a scoring change from that Simpson play in the 6th?
Still a little skeptical on that one. I saw it after the hit in the 8th, and I thought they just had changed it after the hit dropped, but I don't know about that one.
At what point in time today did you know that he had that kind of stuff?
Every time he throws, I think he has that kind of stuff. So his ability to go deep into the games with a low pitch count helps our bullpen, helps the other starting pitchers. So, every day he goes out there, that's what I can see happening.
You mentioned the defense all series long. It has been very good, but in particular, the play Grisham made in center field, and then, of course, Jazz in short center field.
Yeah, those were unbelievable plays. Those guys have been making plays like that, even in spring training. So that's just what those guys do, and it's great to have them out there playing D, especially when you get to call pitches, knowing that they're back there.
Austin, appreciate the time.
Thank you.
Send it back to you.
Thank you, Meredith. We will take our first break here on the WB Mason postgame. Flash that, a lot more ground to cover here from the studios. The Yanks win the finale 4-0. We've got Aaron Boone, Max Fried, and more coming up.
The Yankees postgame show on Yes is presented by WB Mason. Get fast free delivery of food service products you need at prices you'll love. Request your free catalog today at WBMason.com. The Yankees postgame show on Yes is brought to you in part by your local Kia dealers. Visit Kia.com to discover movement that inspires.
Welcome back to the WB Mason postgame show powered by Optimum Business. Now, the Yankees won it 4-0. Could have been 5-0 had it not been for a foul call on an Aaron Judge home run on the top of the 8th. Flash, he absolutely mashes this one out to left. The original call foul, and that call stood.
That call stood, and you can see at Steinbrenner Field, the foul poles aren't as tall as major league foul poles in big league stadiums. You wonder if that had something to do with the fair foul call. It's going to be an umpire review. From this angle, you can see it go into the trees right there. It clearly looks fair to me, but you just don't know what angle they had.
So they kept it as a foul ball. Judge ended up striking out on a pitch on the outside corner, and then that got Aaron Boone worked up. He was a bit of a lather all day, though, with some of the calls.
He was ready to go early on with Adam Beck, the home plate umpire, and then he's going to go down to third base and take it up with Scott Berry about that. Well, there's Adam Beck behind the plate talking about the strike zone. Now he's going to make his way down to third base, and the topic of the conversation is going to be the Aaron Judge home run that he thought was clearly fair. You definitely missed it, and the call was upheld.
For the record, Your Honor, John Flaherty said that Aaron Boone was probably going to get run in about the third inning.
I did. He was ready to go today.
You noticed that. So your game summary, despite all of that, the Yankees win it 4-0. Let's hear from Aaron Boone about that, the ejection, and more in the manager's report, brought to you by Toyota.
Aaron, it's not typical we see you go into the video room before meeting with us. Were you looking at that home run?
Yeah.
What was your conclusion there?
I don't. The audacity of the call standing is remarkable. So it's a home run, and yeah, it didn't go our way though.
What's the recourse for that, if any?
That's all we can do is I get it's high, towering, but then it goes to replay, and I guess they couldn't find enough conclusive, so we gotta live with the call.
Was it just that, or was it the strike zone at time in general today that kind of added fuel to your fire?
Yeah, I mean, a little bit. I was hot a little bit early, with a couple on JD. So, look, but I thought Adam overall did a good job back there, and, a couple didn't go our way. That's part of it.
You did walk away here with the win. Max Fried, obviously a huge part of it. Just overall, what did you see from him? What impressed you about his outing?
That's a peek at how great he is, really, because I thought it was a grind for him, actually. I thought it took him a while to kind of find his secondary stuff today. He only punched out 2, but he pitches so well with the fastball. Sinker, four-seam, add, subtract, move it around. I thought, we made a couple errors, but for being a couple error game, I thought it was such a well-played defensive game, too, behind him. But I think that's a peek at just how good he is, because I thought it was a grind for him.
It looked like he had a no-hit bid going into that 8th inning until he didn't anymore, and the scoring was changed. Have you ever seen anything like that? What do you make of that?
Yeah, I didn't know the timing. I thought the first hit was the first hit in the 8th there, so I saw afterwards that they had changed it. Look, we're not going to beat him to the bag, so so I get it. but it makes it a little bit dicey when it's within the game, or obviously with a no-hitter going on. So, but the reality is it was a hit.
You think sent him back out for the 8th if you had known, or that change had been made sooner?
Who's leading off the 8th again for me? Huh? Mangum? Yeah. I think we would have sent him out. Yeah, because just being as short as we were down there, wanted to shorten the game with being at the bottom. I mean, our calculus, we talked about it before the inning. Are we going to send him back out? And, I was like, yes. How much that was part of it. I think I send him back out, at least hitter to hitter there. But, yeah.
Aaron, you know that the replay decision, I know you know this, is made in New York, has nothing to do with the guys on the field. When you went out to yell at Scott, the third base umpire, was it basically, how could you miss that?
Yes. When the third baseman, the third base coach, our replay knew, Judge knew, he started into, so, yeah.
Do you know if Max knew that he'd lost the no-hitter when he went back out?
I don't know.
Did you have a pitch count overall that if he hadn't given up that hit, he would have been capped at some point? Or?
Yeah, I mean, I probably wouldn't have let him go to 120 today or something like that, or, I probably would have. I don't know what it exact is. Like, there's conversation to be had there, if he gets through the 8th, where he's at. I think he was a little bit gassed, so I don't know what the final number but I wouldn't have just let him no matter what. That's for sure.
I know Mangum gets the hit in the 8th, but do you take any exception to the fact that it took them 2 innings to make that call and overturn Simpson's grounder to a hit? I mean, that one, if you watch the replay, like, look, I scratch my head at the official scores nightly. Okay? Like, they throw an error up on the board in Yankee Stadium, and then we go to these other places, and they can fire up a hit with the best of them. It's a different game in every other park. It really is. I'm sure there's some that are similar, but so there's times I get involved in the year and, like, what are we doing? Like, so, they had a hit on that first ball to Cabrera. Like, they changed that one, but if you look at that one, like, what are we doing? Like, so, look, it's, probably a very thankless job, but a hard job with a lot on the line. So, I certainly respect that and respect how hard, but there are issues that I have from time to time, and just some places it's very hit friendly, other places it's not. And so, but look, we're talking about it affects one guy once a year. So, I'm talking through this a lot. So I guess overall I'm actually okay with it. But I do have issues sometimes, like, the difference in places.
Aaron, at the time, it looked like it was still a no-hit bid there in that 7th inning. Did you think there was any way Jazz was getting to that ball?
No. As soon as it went up, I'm watching Volpe the whole time, and then I called him Flash Gordon, came out of nowhere, and just I didn't even see Jazz. I was watching Volpe. That's where my eyes went, and then Flash Gordon just out of nowhere, boom, came flying in. What a play!
And you had talked earlier today about the wind blowing in the outfield and how difficult it has been for outfielders, for Grisham to make that play in the 5th inning as well. Just kind of a glimpse into how good he is out there.
Yeah. If you notice at the time, it looked like on the flag the wind was still blowing kind of right to left, and if you watch that ball flight, and especially my sight line to it, it sliced a ton, like almost like the wind was blowing the other way. So, like, and Grish said, I ran to the spot where I was pretty confident, and then it was like, and I was like, I was not close and had to adjust, and turned in another pretty impressive double play right there.
Were you watching the bottom of the 8th here or
in here?
So a long, thoughtful process for Aaron Boone, amongst other things, as far as the original error being ruled a hit. And the official scorer afterwards, we saw the quote, very apparent it would have beaten any throw. So it begs the question, why didn't, if he thought that, it was very apparent, why didn't he make it a hit originally?
Yeah, you can rule it an error right away, and then you go right back to it and look at the video and then change it if it's very apparent. But the one thing I'm taking from Meredith talking to Austin Wells out on the field, and again, we're going to have another look at it, that's an error, but it's going to be an infield hit because of Simpson and how quickly he gets down the line. But I'm shocked that Austin Wells telling Meredith in the interview that he didn't know the hit had been overturned. I'm shocked that the manager of the New York Yankees didn't know that the hit was overturned. I thought that there would be a big announcement that, hey, this is the deal. So now we know that 2 people involved had no idea it was overturned. And the most important one we have to find out, and Max Fried, when he went out on the mound for the 8th inning, did he know that the no-hitter was gone, or did he still think it was intact? I mean, he was probably going to say he had no idea as well.
Do you want to find out what he's going to say?
Let's find out.
All right, you got to stick around. Can you stay?
I can hang out
We
for
got to take a quick break here on the WB Mason postgame. We're going to hear from Max Fried. What did he think? Did he know when he went back out? We'll find out after this. Stay tuned after the postgame to catch the premiere episode of Yes's docuseries, The Stadium, and go behind the scenes to see the inner workings of one of the most iconic sports venues in the world. Watch today, immediately following postgame coverage on Yes, or stream anytime on the Gotham Sports app. Let's get to our memorable moment of the game, brought to you by Prevagen, made for your brain. And let's go back to the bottom of the 4th. Did they have a little knowledge on Morel at second base?
They must have had something on a scouting report, because right away they go with the timing play. What is the timing play? Austin Wells is looking at Jazz Chisholm. When he sees him go to the bag, he's going to squeeze his glove. Max Fried sees that. He turns and delivers a perfect strike. You couldn't have drawn that play up any better. You work on it in spring training. You hope it comes into play once a year. Well, they got it out of the way in the month of April.
So Fried has that excellent move to first base in terms of holding guys, or a pickoff move, but he got it at second today, and since 2019, he has the 2nd most pickoffs in the majors. Now, what does Fried have to say about this? Let's hear in our Genesis sounds of the game.
Max, 7 2/3 scoreless this evening. Just how are you able to navigate that lineup with ease?
No, I definitely wouldn't say with ease. You got a lot of really good bat-to-ball contact guys that were pretty aggressive today, and I've been trusting this defense all year, and they've had some unbelievable plays behind me today to be able to just keep attacking those guys, and then also working really well with Austin. So it's a lot easier when I can go out there and just hunt some contact and know that, we've got really good defenders behind me to be able to make the play.
We'll get back to that defense in a second, but it looked like you had a no-hit bid going into that 8th inning. When did you realize that they had made the scoring change from that play in the 6th?
After I came out. So, yeah, I had no idea. I looked up and saw 2 hits, so it is what it is. I'm just happy we got the win.
In the moment on that play, were you looking to see if it was a hit when it happened in the 6th?
I mean, at that point, I think I was more worried about being able to get the next guy out, and then also to be able to, hold him on first. He's obviously extremely fast, so not trying to get him into scoring position, and then, just trying to do my best to be able to limit that as much as I could.
What was your initial read on that play? Did you think it was a hit?
I try not to look into that stuff. I just know that he was on first base, so it doesn't matter to me if it's a hit or an error.
If there had been no other hits, and that's the change that takes away a no-hitter, do you have a problem with the scoring changing a couple innings later?
No, I'm just glad that I didn't have to worry about that then.
You would beat him.
Sorry?
That Jazz made, right?
Incredible. I mean, to be able to go that far into, it was like, pretty much left center, and to be able to run it down, and, had a little bit better angle. It's tough play for Volpe to just head straight back. So to be able to have him be able to cut it off and, run that down, it was definitely a big boost in the moment.
And the Grisham.
Oh, sorry.
Having so much trouble with balls in the air all series. I mean, people to be able to keep it on the ground like you were able to today. How important is that?
I mean, that's just who I am. So, have a little bit more fly balls in my last couple, but just to be able to keep it on the ground, and when they did hit in the air, we had we had a bunch of guys to be able to go get it. So it's really nice to be able to just be able on the attack, especially with a team, even with a team as aggressive as they were today, to be able to just keep going after them and really just trust in the defense.
How satisfying has this start been for you? A lot of eyes on you, big contract, and then Cole gets hurt, and to come out and do what you've done this first month has been a pretty good start.
I'm just trying to be myself. I just want to be able to, when I take the ball, to be able to make sure that we're in a really good chance to win to that day. And when I prep, I just want to make sure that I'm leaving everything out there, no matter how I feel or what the circumstances are. And then, if we come out to win, that's really all I care about.
Aaron described it as a grind out there for you today. How did you feel about your stuff?
I felt like I was a little in and out, but just being able to change speeds and, again, really trust my defense. I went out there and only had 2 strikeouts, so to be able to still be on the attack and know that I'm going to have a good chance to be able to get the guys out, it really took a lot off, putting pressure on, I need to get a swing and miss here, but, just keep staying on the attack.
You mentioned the team defense, but how much pride are you taking in your defense? You beat Simpson to the bag there in that you were able to get him out there in the 3rd inning. You made another play, the pickoff.
I'm a weak contact ground ball guy, so sometimes you get swinging bunts, and to be able to field your position, it makes all the difference instead of, having something that kind of spirals out of control or, just causes a little bit of, just traffic on the bases. So if I can try to make as many plays as I can and get outs, then, I'm going to be able to, that's kind of what I want to do.
I think you were taken out of no-hitters twice with the Braves in a span of 3 starts. I think last year, Mooney said he probably wasn't going to let you get up to 120. If you had got through 8 there, would you have lobbied to go to 9th? Is that something that's important if you ever get that close?
I'm going to keep the ball and want to keep pitching as long as I can until the manager comes and takes the ball from me. But, I always want to take the ball, and, so I just keep going and knowing that I want to be out there. And then when Booney, or in this case Brad, comes out and, says that we're going to make the move, I know that it's in the best interest of the team. And, kind of like I said before, I just want to win the game.
You had beaten Simpson to the bag earlier in the game. Was that your top speed getting over there?
I definitely had to get going. That felt like a couple of the times I had to go pinch run for the Braves. So I knew that it was going to be quick, and I knew I had to get going.
Did you get no-hitter as a kid or in high school?
I think a combined no-hitter in the minors. That was about it.
Thanks.
Well, Fried always with a great breakdown of his outings. What was your takeaway of what he said about his stuff today and the fact that he came close to a no-hitter?
Well, my takeaway is that every time I listen to this guy break down his outings, it gives us a little glimpse into his personality. I've caught a lot of starting pitchers who have had chances for no-hitters, and if they were taken away like this one was taken away, they would be very vocal that they were disappointed. They felt like something was taken from them. Max Fried said, no big deal. Like, I didn't even know. Again, so 3 guys didn't know, the manager, the catcher, the pitcher, which makes me feel a little bit better because there wasn't a letdown where Magnum got the base hit. But getting back to Fried, it wasn't about the no-hitter got taken away from me. It was about, I just want to win this game. And that's been a common theme all year long for him when he talks about his outings, whatever I have to do to win the game. If they want to take me out in the 9th inning and I have a no-hitter going, it's all in the best interest of the team to win the game. Every time you listen to him, every time you watch him, you can't be more impressed.
Yeah, and I always think with as great a pitcher like this, that if you call it a grind, bit of a tough day, and you come away with 7 2/3 of 2-hit shutout baseball, like, give me that grind every time.
But I think he also let us know that, you haven't seen the real me. The real me is getting the ball on the ground like was happening today. There have been a lot more fly balls in his game early on during the month of April than today. So, again, we're learning so much start to start. And I'm learning a lot listening to the post-game interviews because that's really where you get to know a guy.
All right, we got to take a break. We got a lot more coming up. We're going to hear from the captain, Aaron Judge, about this one. Yankees win it 4-0. See what he thinks about that home run that wasn't, and more. Stick around.
Yankees postgame show on Yes is brought to you in part by Audi, the official luxury vehicle of the New York Yankees. Visit your tri-state Audi dealer today. Yankees postgame show on Yes is brought to you in part by your local tri-state Genesis retailers. Learn more at genesis.com.
Good to have you back. Let's go back to the top of the 8th inning. It was the home run that never was. Aaron Judge absolutely mashes this one out to left. Umpires rule it a foul ball, and then Flash, they did an umpire's review and still ruled it foul.
Still ruled it foul, and you can't tell from that first replay if it was fair or foul. They're listening to New York. On this replay, when you see it go into the trees, it looks fair. But again, we don't know the angles of the cameras, but Aaron Judge does not get the home run.
He does not get the home run. In fact, he loses the at-bat. It's strike 3 called on a 3-2 count that he thought was ball 4. So Judge gets the homer taken away. That prompted Aaron Boone to come out and get ejected for his first ejection of the season. Got his money's worth.
He got his money's worth. He got ejected. He goes to the home plate umpire, talks about the strike zone early, and then he makes his way down to third base, Scott Barry, and has a conversation with him. Said, you missed it. You missed it. You're the one who should be making this play or this call, and you missed it, and the replay confirmed it. But Aaron Boone, not very happy.
Well, let's find out what Aaron Judge has to say about it.
Aaron, your manager was pretty emphatic that he thought that that was a home run there in that 8th inning. What did you see from your vantage point?
Yeah, it was a fair ball, but that's why we got replay. It's not an umpire. It's tough in a situation like this where at a minor league park, you know, the foul poles aren't as high, so that's why you have replay. They have every angle, and yeah, it's a fair ball.
You mentioned that's why they have replay, but they did not get it right on that call. Are you just kind of scratching your head as to how that can happen?
Yeah, I think everybody is kind of scratching their head, but, you know, nothing I can do about it. You know, they missed it and just got to move on.
What's your thoughts on the official score changing the hit on the Bochum there before he throws his first pitch in the 8th inning?
I didn't look too far into it. I was just locked in on Max.
Did you know?
I didn't know. You know, I was locked in on what he was doing. That's a tough one. You know, Max, you know, but I don't think Max cares about that kind of stuff. He's worried about going out there, helping the team, helping us win. You know, he pitched a heck of a game, so I think he's happy coming away with the win, especially in a spot like this against the Rays, who, you know, they always give us a tough 3 games, not let alone 4 games. So it's, you know, quite happy to come away with the win.
What have you thought of Max so far through his first few outings for you guys?
Incredible. You know, everything that people have said about him from afar, you know, he's the real deal. And to see it up close and to see him come out here, and, you know, especially when you miss a guy like Garrett Cole who you can't replace, and you're able to kind of sub in a Max Fried to kind of go and do that, be that ace for us, it's been fun to watch.
Every ball in the air seems like it was so much trouble for outfielders this series. I mean, you played a lot of games here. Was it something about these days in particular, or was it just the weather or whatever?
Yeah, the wind was howling in all series, which is, you know, I haven't seen it like that, you know, since probably playing in the minor leagues here. And then the sun sets kind of right behind home plate, so all the outfielders kind of have a tough time with everything, plus the high skies. So it's definitely a tough outfield, but when you got some of the best outfielders in the game, you know, roaming out there with Grish, Belly, and what JD's been doing, it's, you know, easy task for those guys.
Is it a situation, though, do you think, where, like, the more you play in places like this, the more you get comfortable there, or is it just when the wind's doing that, it's not gonna?
It's just, you go back to the experience of playing in situations like that, and you just got to go out there and be an athlete. I think that's what those guys did.
As a fellow outfielder, how much do you respect the play that Grisham made, not only to make a diving play, but the double play to get a guy at second?
Yeah, it's incredible. Not only making the diving play, but just having the self-awareness to know that, hey, this guy might tag up on this. Just I got to come up throwing, and he comes up with an accurate throw to get it in there. And he's been doing incredible things. You know, especially leading off the game with a homer, and then making a diving play like that. He's doing it all right now for us.
You knew you were getting a really good pitcher when you guys signed Fried, but what have you learned from being around him the last couple couple months and seeing him behind the scenes and what kind of guy he is.
He just dives into his teammates. I think that's been the coolest thing is the days he's not pitching. He's there talking to me about my hitting. He's there asking me questions about what I do. He's talking to other pitchers about what they're trying to do, so he can kind of be like a resource or just a sounding board. So I think seeing that as a guy that's on top of his game is one of the best pitchers. He's trying to get to know his teammates, try to pour into them and help them out a little bit. So it's, he's a total package.
You guys won the series, but you did it in 3 different ways. How much of a lift for the ball club is it when you can do things like that?
Yeah, when you have great pitching performances, some games not even hitting the homer and getting the job done, moving guys over, hitting with guys in scoring position, and then you have days where, the long ball takes over. It's a complete team. Guys up and down the lineup are doing their job, and, not one guy's just trying to be the hero, so it makes it fun.
All right, so a couple things flash. First of all, you feel bad for Aaron Judge. Every single season now, it seems like he puts an assault on the single-season home run record. Yep. Got one taken off the board today with that one.
You feel bad, right? But, I mean, if the Yankees lost this game, that's when the tone would be completely different, right? Yep. Aaron Judge is going to play this one right down the middle. Yeah, it was fair ball. Yeah, they didn't get the call right. Yeah, we won the game. Let's move on. And you just hope this doesn't come down to the end of the year where there might be a record that we're talking about and there's a home run here or there that could make the difference. But not surprising the way that Aaron dealt with it with the media.
And yet another person, not only in the stadium, but on the field, who had no idea that Max Fried had his no-hitter taken away, basically, by the official score.
I am shocked that there wasn't like an announcement through the stadium or at least somebody going down or calling the Yankee dugout before the inning started and saying, hey, the official scorer made a change here. This is the deal. It just seemed like the crowd started buzzing about it, that maybe the players started looking up at the scoreboard and said, oh, they made a change. But again, the official scorer, in my opinion, is getting off easy here. I thought that there would have been more talk about this, more controversy about this. But the Yankee players, the Yankee manager, they're letting this thing kind of go, and they're going to take the win. They're going to move to Cleveland. They're going to let it all just go away.
All right, we got to take a break. When we come back, we'll talk more about the trip to Cleveland, more reaction on today's 4-0 win. Yanks get back in the winning groove at their home away from home at George M. Steinbrenner Field before they head to Cleveland.
Post-game show on Yes is brought to you in part by your local Hyundai dealers. There's never been a better time to test drive that Hyundai you've always wanted. Visit HyundaiUSA.com today.
Monday on Yes Sports Business for an exclusive interview with Major League Baseball Commissioner Rob Manfred. Catch the new episode of Sportico Sports Business presented by Genius Sports. That is tomorrow after Yankees coverage on Yes and the Gotham Sports app. Let's take a look at Trent Grisham over the past couple days. Highlights brought to you courtesy of your local Ford stores, and home runs in back-to-back games, and then getting it all done defensively as well. Just a well-rounded game.
Yeah, we go back to yesterday. That's an off-speed pitch that he drills just to the right of center field. Power and high average for Trent Grisham. But what he is known for, Gold Glove center fielder. And you see how he runs to a spot, gets turned around a little bit, has enough athletic ability to make up for it and make the play. When you play like this, Bob, you get rewarded. You get to lead off for the New York Yankees. First time he has ever done that. Puts himself in a 2-0 count. When you get a 2-0 count, you hunt the fastball, exactly what he did. That's a line drive into the seats, gets the Yankees on the board. But this defensive play is probably my favorite. He runs to a spot where he thinks the ball's going to be. Aaron Judge told us the wind has been blowing in for 4 days, and you could see Trent, when he realized, all right, the spot I thought it was at was not there, went to make the play, and then the accurate throw, picking off Jansen. Again, another bad base running play by the Rays, but Grisham has just been on fire.
Yeah, 20 games this season. He's hitting .320, hit his 6th home run today. Meantime, Cody Bellinger had his 2nd home run of the season. So let's hear from Bellinger about the outcome of this one.
Cody, ultimately, you guys walk away with the win today, but a lot of kind of random stuff happened. A no-hitter that wasn't a no-hitter, a home run that wasn't a home run. Just how do you wrap your head around this game as a whole?
Yeah, it was a pretty crazy series. I feel like yesterday's game was obviously a pretty wild one with some robbed homers, and then low-scoring game the game before that. So I mean, Max just came out and did his thing and pitched into the 8th inning, and you know, just playing behind him is special, man. He's got some really good stuff, and we're playing really good as a team right now, so it's just fun to be a part of.
Is it any surprise to you the way he's been able to step up after Garrett Cole was lost for the season?
No, it doesn't surprise me at all. I mean, I've gotten plenty of at-bats off him, and very little success, so just, you know, one of the best pitchers in the game, and he just, you know, he knows how to pitch, and he's just all-around really good pitcher, really athletic, made some really good plays on the field today as well, so it was just good to have him out there and to get the win.
You did have success. I believe it was in that 6th inning. What clicked for you during that at-bat?
I felt good. I actually felt really good at the at-bat before, and, you know, was lucky enough that Judge and Cabby got on base to ultimately, you know, get the run in, and, you know, just continuing to work every day and try and get more wins. You know, this team's special, so I'm just happy to be a part of it.
So did you have a good view of Judge's home run that was called foul?
I did not have a good view of it, but it was probably the furthest ball I've ever seen hit. I mean, so I don't know. I couldn't see it. I just knew that it was one of the furthest balls I've ever seen hit.
When did you find out that the official score had changed the Goldschmidt error into a hit? Did you know beforehand?
I knew it was an error right away, and then I actually realized once they got the hit. I don't know when they changed it, but once they got the hit, that's when they changed it. Yeah, I realized it like once they got the hit in the 8th.
You played some games here in spring training, obviously. I mean, have you ever seen the conditions like that in the outfield and how much of a struggle it was?
A lot of wind. I mean, we had a lot of wind in spring. You know, I think there's a lot of elements in baseball. When you don't play in domes, there's wind and sun and a bunch of different things. So, you know, this is where we were practicing, so we were kind of used to it.
What do you see on that play Grisham made and then doubling off the guy at second?
Really good play. Like I just said, really windy, and he did a great job of getting to the ball. And not only that, but picking up his head right away and making a great throw. It's not easy to get up and make a perfect throw like that. So, just a heads-up baseball player, and he's playing extremely well right now. It's fun to watch.
We're going to take one more break here on the WB Mason post game. That is Clark Schmidt. He's taking the mound Monday in Cleveland, and Flash and I will talk about that coming up next. Yankees are hopping a flight to Cleveland. All 3 games on Yes, including an afternoon game on Wednesday. It all begins tomorrow with Clark Schmidt against Gavin Williams in your Nissan pitching probables. Schmidt will be making his 2nd start of the season. Last time a no decision against KC.
Yeah, for me, tomorrow night is all about Clark Schmidt and continuing to build him up. 73 pitches his first time out, and he did exactly what we expect Clark Schmidt to do, right? 5 2/3, 3 earned runs in that game. It seems like that's where his numbers always are, but you'd love to get that pitch count up just a little bit more, and we know there's a lot of history between these two teams with the ALCS last year. Cleveland's a couple of games over 500, kind of gotten off to just an okay start, but should be an entertaining 3-game set.
All right, so Yanks off to Cleveland after winning 3 of 4 in Tampa. They'll tee it up again on Monday night, starting at 5:30 with a pregame. First pitch a little after 6 o'clock on Yes and the Gotham Sports app. Yankees win it 4-0 behind brilliant pitching from Max Fried on a Sunday afternoon at George M. Steinbrenner Field. We look forward to seeing you again Monday, starting at 5:30. Until then, take care.